Yo, Chaz. Yo, sorry, dude. I just didn't see that. Okay, nice. Yeah, sorry. I put on my computer. I just didn't see your message. Nice. I can. Uh-oh. Are they upset? Okay. I am on it now.
Okay.
Starting soon.
I put on my audio. I don't mind if you hear real quick. I'm still doing a little bit of setup before I fully join in. So. Make sure I have enough brushes and stuff on hand this time. I still haven't cleaned my brushes from the last time. That's why I have a bunch of brushes. I think all I'm going to be really doing today is just basting. Base coating. Well, here we go. I got a little bit more I gotta set up. Yeah, let's move over to actual this one. Okay. Sweet, that's on. I'm excited. I am excited to do this one.
Oh, nice. I can see it now.
Yeah.
So, what are you painting today?
So that's kind of why I'm excited. I'm doing Ben Shivers models. He got
nice.
a couple. So I do like the good humans in Warhammer, which is the Imperium. Ben likes Chaos Marines. He's a fan of like a group called the Black Legion. So I am painting those for him tonight. And this is his kill team. So like we'll be able to play together, which I'm kind of looking forward to. So I'm not just doing it on my own.
Has he given you input to how he wants them to look?
He wants them to look like normal Chaos Black Legion, but I think I'll do like a couple pauldrons of different other Chaos Marines. Because there's different like sub factions within the faction. So, really all tonight I need is it's gonna be very similar to like my Marines, just not as blue. But also I can finish like putting wash on my Marines tonight as well. But if I didn't get his done, I would also build some other models I have for him. So, excuse me, yeah. Bless you. Bless you, good sir.
Thank you, sir.
I also have some. What's this? I think they're called. They're the Blooded Cultists. They're like one of the first guild teams I bought, and I bought it for him for us to like get into Warhammer together. And they've been sitting on my shelf half built for almost a year. So.
Well, nice. They get to him today.
I might get them to today. Depends on how I feel.
Oh, those aren't Ben's. That's other.
I mean, I bought them for Ben to use.
Oh, okay.
So, but I've also got. I'm gonna do his stuff tonight. So, yeah. Hello and welcome everyone to another Swampcraft mini painting and chill. I'm excited for this one because it's not my models I'm doing tonight. I'm doing a friend's models. I've had these for a little bit. As I was talking earlier to Mark, my friend Ben, who's been on the channel a couple times, especially with the last gaming stream I did, he likes playing Chaos Marines, or he likes Chaos Marines. So he bought himself some Chosen. He bought himself some Chosen Chaos Marines, and they are led by an Executioner. This is his custom kill team. He's more a fan of the building, and I'm more a fan. He's a fan of the building, but not really much of the painting. So he likes building and playing. So I'm more than happy to paint these up for him. And I'm trying to convince him to buy more so that we can get 500 points and do a combat patrol game. Because if he got these and used the blooded cultists, if I finish, or if we build those, and then if he got a thing of Terminators and a Legionary, I think he would be pretty set there. So, I hope everyone's doing well. I hope people like the little guy I have lighting up when I speak. I'm going to make that my new little
Yeah, did you make that?
I made that last night just for this stream.
Yeah, nice.
This is just how I'm going to go as now. My little... I'm not sure what he is. I think of him as a salamander, but it could be like a little lizard. I was going to do like a hooded dude and do light. I don't do like some weird edgy thing that looks like me, but I'm like, I don't like how this is turning out. So I just made a little goober. And now I'm a little goober.
I like it.
So, how have you been, Mark?
Yeah, good man. Chilling out. Yeah, what other nice hike today?
Nice. I'm probably gonna turn down your volume just a little bit because it's loud for me.
Go for it.
It's not bad. Okay. Cool, I got it. So yeah, I'm here with Mark, who was here last time for the last painting stream. And later on, we'll have another friend join us as well. He's busy until like 6:30. So, but I'm excited. I will have tonight the full Mumblecast on, if anyone even knows of that channel.
Yeah, check it out.
Kind of sad you and Bob stopped doing that.
Yeah, I know. I'd like to make them again. It's a lot of time. The way I would make them, I'd edit so much.
Yeah. You ever thought when you did the I know that you just send a call and talk about whatever. Have you ever thought of like uploading the full podcast to like a channel or something like that? Or like to Spotify or...
It is on Spotify.
Oh, it is on Spotify? I didn't know. I only know it on YouTube.
Yeah, it's on Spotify. And I forget what others. They're probably on most podcast platforms.
Okay.
Yeah, go check it out. Maybe if we get some more traction, might make a new one.
Well,
pretty random.
That's the thing with YouTube is you got to be consistent in quotes with it. Consistent.
Yeah, but it's a podcast. I don't care if I make it on YouTube. Get some cult following on their old podcast.
That's very true. I'm so ingrained on YouTube. I think of everything like it, but you're right. You are right. So yeah, I did half of these. I was gonna do all these with some white primer to work for lighting, but I think my can died on me like as I did 3 of them, so I'm only doing a few. Like that. So what have you been up to? It's been a week since we last chatted.
Yeah, well, not so much. I mean, like I said, I went on a nice hike today. Done a couple other things like that. Yeah, I went to Innsbruck, which is a city nearby. Um, yeah, that was fun. Been catching up with my friends back over here, and we played some soccer. Oh, and yesterday, I went I went to Liechtenstein, which is a tiny country nearby, a little over an hour away from me on a train, because the Scottish national football team, soccer team, is playing against the Liechtenstein team. And I have a friend here who's Scottish, and he asked if I wanted to go, and yeah, a couple of us went out there for that. And yeah, it was super fun. I love Liechtenstein, such a random little place. And then I was just there with like hundreds, or if not thousands, of very drunk Scottish people in kilts drinking beers and singing all day. So that was a very random day, but yeah, good fun. Yeah, that was yesterday.
I know the Scottish are well known for their drinking. Same with the Irish and I think
Yeah,
the
no, it
English.
was it was fun. Oh yeah, they all are.
But I know you said you were going to take a trip last time because you weren't working quite yet. Did you end up going for a trip?
Yeah, yeah. I was thinking about maybe taking a bit of a trip, but I've done a couple day trips here and there, but I haven't actually gone away anywhere. And yeah, now I'll start working tomorrow. So
No, I've been doing well. I haven't done anything like big or crazy yet. I'll move my mic a little bit closer so it actually picks up my voice. I'm sure I sound fine. My image doesn't always pop up, it seems. Oh, there's a delay. I forget there's a delay on Discord and stuff. Or not a delay, because I keep up with the stream on YouTube. No, I haven't done anything too crazy. I really was just trying to set up for like next couple streams and stuff and go through everything and plan for this week. I'm really enjoying streaming, and I almost want to stream every single day, but I know if I do, I will get burned out really quickly and I will disappear for months again, and I don't want that. I don't like disappearing. I want to be consistent on my platform here, but I am.
I'm happy to be back.
I'm happy as well. I'm trying to think of like the next big things to do on the channel. I definitely need to do video stuff, but I'm like, am I at the point where I'm ready to do like X, Y, and Z yet on the channel?
Meaning what?
Well, I am tempted to make a Discord for people. I mean, not just the one that we're in, but for the viewers and stuff like that.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I'd like to make a Patreon, but I don't even know what I put on there or what I do.
Yeah.
Because hopefully.
Yeah, I guess maybe figure out what you would want to do with it first.
Yeah.
Alright, well, maybe people want to just get on Sports Channel.
No, definitely during the last gaming stream, had a couple viewers hopped on because we played a game called Space Marine 2.
What gaming stream?
I was streaming it on here. And it was...
Oh, but you were gaming on
Yes, I was gaming on stream. Because I was going to do another, like, build paint one for custodians and all that, because I do have that army. I'm probably not going to do that tournament like I thought. But I've been craving to play Space Marine 2 for a while, and then I reached out to Ben, because we were going to do a stream together anyways. And I was like, you just won't play Space Marine 2? And he's like, yeah. So then we played that, and I had so much fun, and I enjoyed myself. I don't want to go back to being a gaming channel, but I definitely think doing it every once in a while on here will be good.
Yeah, nice.
Not just any game.
You get some viewers on?
Yes. Had a decent amount, much better than these painting ones, but I think the painting ones we get like more consistent. The gaming one, it was fun to talk with people and geek out about it. Here, I like to be a little more relaxed, and I want to work on my, in quotes, pile of shame. And a pile of shame mark is when you have a lot of models that sit in boxes and on your shelf not built, it just sits there and you look at it and you get shameful that you haven't done anything with it.
Yeah, I get that with other things.
Yeah.
I'm always buying more books than I read. Just have a bunch of books set there.
Yeah.
Or my pile of shame with yarn. I was buying yarn. But hey, I'm crocheting right now, so I'm working on my pile of shame.
Good. Well, that's kind of why I have these stream series, like for other people that want to join and work on their own pile of shame while I work on mine. And
productive.
I don't know, we just kind of feel productive together. I'd like to do a challenge on the channel. I've liked the idea of doing like a... So I've seen some channels do like a 40-day challenge where they like paint an army within a certain span of time. Most of the time it's 40 days. A lot of streamers do it. I thought it'd be fun to do it at some point.
How many is in an army?
Depends on your points. Most people do 2,000 points, and that... I can't give you the exact number of models, but it can... I want to say... Well, say like 30 of like these little guys that I got in my hand, and like 3 bigger models. So it takes a bit of time because, I mean, I did 3 streams just to get 5 models to be game ready for me. And most of the time...
Yeah, no, it definitely looks like it takes a while.
It does. It certainly does. But that's the fun part of it. At least I find the fun part of it.
Yeah, man. Good.
So.
Do you ever notice some of the same, you're saying when you do these streams more consistent, do you notice some of the same people popping into the chat?
Sometimes depends on the day and depends. I wouldn't, not yet. I don't have a lot of consistent people. I mean, one person I've noticed a few times, or twice, I should say, but there's always someone that could be lurking that has been here before and not say anything.
Yeah, for sure.
But usually what I've noticed
is... you? Say something.
What was that?
If you want. I said if that's you, say something. If you want.
Oh, currently. I think it's just you right now.
No, I'm just saying.
Oh, yeah, you're saying in general.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think on... Oh my god, get out of here. Nice. I might be doing like double streams at some point. So streaming on here. Let me check my audio real quick. Wow, it's loud for me and my headphones. I don't know if it's loud for stream. I can turn to my headphones to see everything I can do. Lost my thought. Yeah, I thought about double streaming, and that just means streaming on YouTube and Twitch.
Yeah.
Which I think would be fun. I just don't know how I would keep up with both chats going at the same time.
Yeah. tricky. Do enough people watch YouTube streams, or what's still where more people watch streams? Or
I think more people watch videos than they do streams. There are some people that probably do.
yeah,
Like I've seen the viewer count on some of the streams go up, but not as much. What I've noticed, what gets a lot of views is YouTube Shorts, and then it's the video, and then it's the streams.
yeah,
You'll get a lot of. So at the end of like stream, YouTube calculates all the views that I got during it and puts it into one big clump. So like the last stream I did, I got 123.
mm-hmm.
But
And now people can still go and watch it back too.
yes, they can.
Yeah.
And I do record every stream I've done because at some point it will be a video. I need to sit down and edit. I think I enjoy streaming and making content a lot more than I do editing it.
Yeah, no, definitely.
This is a good basing brush, but the tip is not stiff enough. So I'm starting to get frustrated with the brush. What I've also noticed is that I get more viewers near the end of it, so like within the 2-hour mark, if that makes sense. Like almost when it gets around to like 8 o'clock, sometimes 9 or 10.
I wonder if YouTube like will show your stream more if it's been on for a while, because they know you're not just gonna start the stream and end it.
Probably. But I'm also a much smaller streamer as well, so like I do see some streams, and sometimes I'll be on it for like a little bit. Like I'll be on streams for like a little bit, but then I'll hop off because I'm doing something else, or something else just gets my attention. I hope Bob's doing okay.
Yeah. Sure.
I'm sure he's busy. He is moving right
Oh, he's moving.
now. Yes. If he gets on tonight, I'll let him explain that. But he's currently moving out of his apartment to one across the street from him. That's just a bit more space.
Yeah.
So.
More space to do his antics in.
Yes. More space for his cat to run around in. And for his girlfriend to eat nothing but cottage cheese.
Yeah, for real. So is there anything specifically that you're crocheting, or are you just making a bunch of squares now? I'm making a bunch of squares, and then I'm going to make a little like tote bag out of them.
You talked about that last time.
Yeah, I made one like this for my mom a couple weeks ago, and I really liked how it came out. The pattern was good, so now I'm making another one in colors.
You know, I'm really glad you picked up a hobby. And this is going to go into a topic I want to say in general. I think people, at least guys in general, have too much pressure to get like a manly hobby. If that makes sense. Like oh, I'm a guy. No one would think about me doing crocheting or knitting or doing painting and stuff like that. And I'm glad.
Yeah, I mean, I've just never really felt that way. I mean, I've knit since I was a little kid. I mean, I used to as a little kid. Yeah, I didn't for a while, but my mom and grandmother are very good knitters, and so I've always been around it, and I've just never I've never cared about any of that shit. Like, purple's always been my favorite color. I don't mind doing like whatever. If someone's gonna think what hobby you want to do, like determines your fucking worth as a man. That's just
Yeah.
look at that. So yeah, no, I love it, man. I fucking crochet. Nice and cozy, satisfying, fun to do anywhere. It's pretty engaging. It's nice to be stoned. Great.
I'm I'm noticing that's like a trend of like a lot of people are just doing hobbies that don't seem normal, and I'm happy about it as well. And
Yeah, nice, man.
I
And yeah, it's cool. It's yeah, people be more surprised or impressed by it, I think, more than judgmental. It's not like I've ever let anyone be like, oh, you doing pussy. They're just like, oh, fuck, that's awesome.
yeah. I am gonna say, and I don't think I would consider crochet like this. I've noticed a lot more nerdy hobbies that become popular, which makes me happy. I mean, obviously, I'm doing what people would consider a nerdy hobby.
Yeah.
But I know a big one for people is
I'm doing what's considered like a grandmother's hobby, so.
yeah. But I mean, like for you, you've been around it, like you said, since you were a kid, and I remember helping my grandmother, or at least I wanted my grandmother to
Well,
show me how to
really,
sew.
the way I got into it most recently was I, when last year I was in a cast for a while because I had a bad injury,
Mm-hmm.
and my girlfriend had just started learning to crochet, and we were hanging out, and I was watching her do it, and I was thinking I could probably do that with a cast on. I was going crazy. I think there's so few things I could do. I couldn't do anything outside or that active. Like, even though it was just my wrist, can't go for like a run because I'll sweat and I can never take my cast off. And it was all over my whole right hand, so I couldn't use a computer mouse. I couldn't use like an Xbox controller. And I was thinking, like, because my fingers worked and they were out of it just enough. I'm like, I bet I can hold that hook in that hand, and then, as opposed to knitting and crochet to one, so then I do everything with my left. And then yeah, so I learned how to do it like that. I'm glad I did. I still do it all the time. Sure. Maybe I do it a little different or weird because I learned how to do it in the past, but it works for me.
Yeah, but that's like your own unique way of doing it. I remember when you were in a cast and how frustrated you were during that time.
Yeah.
Or at least like on the calls and stuff, I remember in your voice, you're like, I just want to do all the
Yeah.
things that I used to do and I can't.
Well, yeah, it just sucks. You're just fucking home all the time. You have all this free time that like you literally can't even like play video games.
Yeah.
I could play RuneScape because that you just point and click on stuff and that, so you just use a trackpad. But anything that needs a mouse, no chance. Anything with a controller, no chance.
Yeah. I'm noticing while I'm painting, and I've heard this before, that chaos can be kind of a pain to paint because it's got a lot of like trim things that would be painted like a metal or a high rise on a mini. So if you're like watching the stream mark, there's on the helmet like where you see where it's white on the inside and then black here, and then on the pauldron, that
Yeah.
spots there, that's all over the
Yeah.
model consistently in like little hidden spots, like even in the back here. I'm like, oh, that's gold, or like that's gonna be gold. Oh, that's gonna be gold, and I'm like, what did I decide to paint? I'm gonna get it done. This is a chance for me to try doing my own chaos army at some point.
Chaos.
Yeah.
So what's the deal with the chaos army?
How? Okay, I was gonna say, how do I want to explain this? Because I was talking about the Imperium of Man last time, correct? At least that's what got you up to date. Like a little bit. Like, again,
Yeah, maybe. I'm not sure what I recall, but
no, that's fully fine. So during part of that, I explained that like the main guy, the Emperor, he had some sons, and then a couple sons rebelled against him.
yeah.
So, these guys I'm painting are from when they rebelled. Chaos is a thing called the Warp. It's like hell. It's like hell in our universe. And it corrupts, like, everything.
Okay.
So...
These guys are like little hellish outlaws. Renegades.
Yeah, they want to see everything become corrupted, and they want to see the Imperium burn. I understand why they did it, because Big E was not... he was a tyrant, is how some people see him. I think he was a person waiting for an opportunity to take power. Does that make sense? Because he's been around to watch humanity for a long time, and only decided to jump in once humanity was already spread across the entire universe. So he's a big manipulator and all that. So I understand why Marine some fell to chaos. I've not read the Horus Heresy, which is when a lot of the schism stuff happened. I'm gonna put this guy over here. These guys get painted. So I'm not so up to date with it, but I can see and understand why they did it. Would I join them? No. The universe sucks to begin with as it is. I do not want to be corrupted and feast upon by demons at the end of it. Or I don't want everything to end.
No, that's very good of you.
That doesn't mean that the Imperium is any better in general. I don't want to live in the Warhammer universe, period. It is the worst place you could ever be.
Sounds like there's a lot of war.
There's nothing.
Maybe a few hammers.
What was that?
Maybe a few hammers.
Yeah, there's definitely a few hammers. There's a lot of war, a lot of hammers.
Are there any corn dogs?
Maybe. Probably on some planet there's corn dogs. They still make corn dogs.
If you ever find that's like corn dog, I want that one for me.
If I find any planet that has corn dogs, you want it? Is that what I'm summarizing?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. I'll keep that in mind while I read through the Warhammer books.
Keep your eyes peeled.
I will keep my eyes peeled, my ears open.
And your dog corned.
I wouldn't be surprised if someone actually made like corn dog Space Marines or minis or some sort of faction with corn dogs.
Yeah. Nah, man. I mean, just waiting there. Low-hanging fruit.
Just waiting low-hanging fruit. I've seen some very cool kit bashes people have done. So it's been... I saw one guy, he took... Oh, hello? Someone
Hello?
joined. Who's here? He's quiet, but I hear him.
Quiet?
Hello?
Oh, there we go.
Oh, there he is.
Can you hear me fine?
We can hear you now.
Oh, yeah.
Hello. Hello, Bob.
Howdy. How's
Hi-
Hello,
stream?
Bob.
Hello, Mark.
Stream is going well. It's empty, but I'm just been chatting with Mark, having a good time. And I've been painting.
Yeah, we're just, you know, holding it down here until the masters come. You actually just interrupted a conversation about corn dogs, but
Yeah.
Corn dogs.
yeah,
Well, pray tell, please continue.
Uh,
you
Mark
can just resume right where you were, Jess.
just to sum up, Mark was asking if there.
No, don't sum it up. Just
Oh,
continue where
okay.
you were.
I lost my train of thought.
And I'll try to piece it together.
I was talking about. I lost my train of thought, so now I can't even remember where I was at. I will keep my eyes and ears open for any corn dog minis or models. That is what I'll sum up.
Yeah.
I will keep my
Yeah.
ears open for any
Then I
mention
said,
of
Keep your
corn
dogs corned.
Keep your dogs.
Keep your
corned.
dogs corned and your
Yep.
corn doggish.
Yeah.
Actually, if there was any faction that would probably have corn dogs, it would probably be a faction called the World Eaters. Because they worship a god
Well,
of
yeah,
corn.
if they eat a world, I suppose a corn dog is a part of a world.
Yes, that is certainly true.
Well, that's the thing. I was asking him if corn dogs do exist in this universe, and Chaz posits that probably there's some planets that have corn dogs on them. So if they eat one of those planets, yeah, that would make them
Warhammer-
vis-a-vis corn dog eaters.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is Warhammer 40k like our universe, but so far in the future? Or is it like a completely different universe separate from our own?
universe so far flung in the future. It's 40,000 years from our current timeline in the future.
So
It's
corn dogs did once exist in this world.
Yes, they did once
Yeah,
exist.
and I mean, imagine corn dog technology 40,000 years down the line. They could put
Yeah.
dogs everywhere.
I mean,
It
the
would be
technology
insane.
existed once. That doesn't necessarily mean it fades out of existence.
No, I mean it's just a hot dog covered in flour and put on a stick or baked.
And yeah, like fried or something.
Yeah, fried or baked. So it is certainly possible.
And I mean, I think it's like cornmeal, not flour. Hence corn
yeah,
dog,
but I said flour in general because like someone could make
corn flour.
like pigs in a blanket or something like that and have.
Yeah, but that wouldn't be a corn dog anymore, would it?
It wouldn't, but if you
Doesn't corn dog imply it needs to be made with cornmeal?
It does. It does imply that. And I do believe corn is an actual grain in the Warhammer universe. I have seen in official art there have been fields of corn. So we have
Oh,
one
really?
part.
I gotta see this art.
If I think correctly, it's like an art piece with a giant knight. And the knight is a mech robot. A giant mech in the background with a peasant farmer working in the field. And they're harvesting the corn. And I also know that they have pigs in the 41st universe. So I'm going to say yes. Yes, they have corn dogs.
It's plausible.
Nice.
It's very plausible. It's a high probability.
I looked up, can a corn dog be made without corn? And the answer I got was, yes, corn dog batter is made with wheat flour, cornmeal, and other spices.
Okay.
If you're grain-free or have a corn intolerance, they're off the table.
But it's fed cornmeal or whatever, right?
Yeah.
I guess cornmeal is a mixture of like wheat flour or barley flour and corn.
I was saying it could be made with that or that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I've looked at packages
No,
of like...
it's made with both wheat and corn.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah, but
both
so
right.
but there is always corn in it.
Well, it
Yeah.
depends on your definition of a corn dog, because I've had a quote-unquote corn dog that was pancake batter around a sausage. It was like a breakfast corn dog.
So
But as
actually,
far as I know, it didn't have any corn in it.
so to go back a
I
little
would
bit
call that a corn
further,
dog.
to go into the wording of corn, corn used to mean
Yeah?
any form of grain. It didn't mean the North American maize.
Maize.
Yeah. So corn just meant any grain kernel.
Okay.
So by word definition of Old English for corn, yes, you could make a corn dog using any grain. But if you want to make a maize dog, you would need corn.
Whoa, don't make a maze, dog.
Oh god, this is the type of conversations that I really want to have happen on stream.
Well, we're having them on stream.
I know,
Yeah.
and I'm saying I'm happy about it.
You got the Mumblecast right here at your beck and call.
I do.
Yeah,
I said
exactly.
that earlier to Mark that tonight I would have the Mumblecast together if anyone from stream knew who that was.
I just listened to some Mumblecasts the other day on Spotify.
And does it hold up?
Oh yeah,
I listen to it occasionally.
yeah. I really would like to make some more.
I feel like you guys should.
Well, there's such a big time difference between us now.
Oh, it's okay.
It's true,
Look, here we are right now,
But
talking
Mark has
about
been on
corn
the stream
dogs.
twice.
It's true.
Yeah.
I mean, this is kind of like a
Okay.
Mumblecast.
It
Yeah.
is.
We've had
Yeah.
guests on the Mumblecast, haven't we?
Yes.
Yes,
you have.
Faz is a regular. He's Quizzo.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm Quizzo.
So
He had his own jingle.
that's right. That's right.
If
Well, that's
you-
just a segment. I mean, like a guest, like
Yeah.
for the
But yeah,
whole thing.
like,
if you
I
really
mean,
want to talk about when
everyone was
Mumble-
made pretty piecemeal of a bunch of different
It's true.
recordings. So,
That
but
is
yeah,
true.
I'd say Kaz probably has like the highest episode count.
I would
That's
say
probably true.
Mumblecast really started when I did my initial podcast, Swamp Talk,
Hmm.
and
Swamp Talk.
that's
Which
I
is
would
now
say
lost forever.
It has lost the time.
That's a shame because I used to listen. I used to go back and listen to those too.
Yeah, sadly I can't find those. Maybe if I found like my old computer back in the day I used, I could find them, but not anymore.
Would you still have it kicking around?
It would be an old laptop somewhere in storage. But I want to ask.
But you wouldn't have the great Lethal Company moments on that
That's
computer.
crazy.
But I do have it on this computer. I still have it.
Well,
Oh, so why don't you put them
maybe
somewhere?
re-release it.
I love those videos.
Yeah.
That one
I-
video you made with the edits, like, I think that is one of the best videos you've ever made.
It was a good video. I am not going to disagree. I spent quite a
My
bit
dad
of time
liked
editing
those.
that and putting together. I will say another one I enjoyed doing was the Card Against Humanity one that we made with all the little animations.
Yeah, those are good animations.
Was I a part of that one? I don't remember that.
No, yeah, you must have been. It was a while ago.
Probably.
We found some like online Cards Against Humanity thing.
I definitely had an image of you, Bob, or Brian on, and we were chanting.
Oh, if this included Brian, then it must have been a long, long time ago.
Oh yeah, this was. I mean, Brian was Brian a part of one of the calls? I don't think he was a part of one of those calls. But it was definitely like we were chanting and like sacrificing one of the guys to something, if I remember correctly.
Another one of your all-time greatest videos was your drawing video when you had us lynching Brian and cheering underneath him.
Yeah, I made two types. I'm going to change my category real quick to entertainment instead of how-to style. God, yeah,
Streaming on just YouTube, or do you do Twitch as well?
I said earlier I will do Twitch and YouTube at some point. I have the ability to do both. I didn't want to keep up with both chats, so I'm starting with YouTube, growing a little bit of a following here, and then moving. I will also do Twitch at the same time at some point. I was talking.
I got your YouTube stream up. I see your little character. What
Do you
is
like
that?
it?
What is it?
He's a little goober. He's my little guy. He pops up when I talk.
I see that.
He is whatever amphibian or reptile you want him to be.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! I just thought you said he was a goober.
Yeah, he's a little amphibian goober.
Okay. Now
So-
we get.
Yeah, those are not mutually exclusive.
Sorry, I thought a goober was like
I
a specific.
Is a
thing.
goober a type of lizard?
probably
Huh?
he's somewhere out there.
Oh,
I will fully admit, while I was making this guy last night, I based him off of a D&D character I made on like a Discord years ago. And all he was just a very fat gecko. So I'm like, I want to be a little gecko salamander creature again. And this is where we're at. Plus,
He looks
also-
like a Pokemon.
Well, yeah, he is based off of like. I don't think I can continue to use the Swampert as an image and stuff. Eventually, with copyright stuff, I don't want to deal with Nintendo and copyright and all that stuff. So I am making something that looks similar, but it's not that. Like this,
Nintendo's gonna come after you.
I don't want to take the risk. I don't want to risk that.
Fair enough.
I don't want to deal with Nintendo lawyers and.
they'll take you to the cleaners.
Yeah. And plus, like, okay, I'm blue, orange, and green. Those are my 3 favorite colors. I'm going to, like, you can't say, like, you can't copyright colors. If you can, I
I
will
can't
say-
copyright swamp.
No.
That's true.
That's also why I changed the name. So,
I miss the early days of Mudkip King.
yeah.
Wow, what a throwback.
Yeah, that was...
You skipped right over Marshtomp King.
I
He
did.
did. Marsh King.
Marsh King.
Marsh.
That would have been-
Hey guys, it's the Marsh
God.
King here.
Uh,
Welcome to my bog.
welcome to my bog.
I'm here to talk about corn dogs.
Oh, man. Well, I'm glad you two could come onto the stream.
Hey, I'm glad too.
Yeah, of
Thanks
course.
for having me.
You're welcome.
I've been watching the past view.
Ah, so you're the view I've been seeing pop up.
But,
So-
did I embarrass myself in the last one?
No.
I don't think I actually watched the one you were in, Mark.
Okay.
I of course I watched I think the first one with Ben.
Yeah.
That's when I
Ben's in-
popped in.
Ben's in 2 of them. The one Mark was in was the one that some other YouTubers watched and said some stuff in. And the
Yeah,
game,
I
Yeah, I
just-
just
I
watched the
kinda-
ones with Ben. I skip over
Kind
the
of
Mark ones.
rizzed up by some other YouTubers
What? What was that, Mark?
in the last one. You're getting kind of rizzed up by some other YouTubers in the last one.
A little bit. I should reach out to one of the guys that was there and see if he wants to collab at some point, but
What would that collab be?
I don't know. We would have to discuss that and find out.
He comes over to your house and he paints your minis. Then you
Uh,
go over to his house and you paint his minis.
I guess depending on distance. Depending on distance and
You guys
Jess,
can
can I-
bring your moms out and go to lunch with both your moms.
That would be so sweet.
that would be interesting. That would be very interesting. You were saying something, Bob?
Can I give you a little bit of critique?
Yes, I'm always open to critique.
You spelled angels wrong in your description of the other videos.
Yeah, you did.
And I think you had the same
noticed that
description, and I
after
keep
got off.
seeing it, and I'm like, I should tell him about it.
You should.
Yeah, it's angle.
I can...
Yeah.
Oh, it's angles. Death
That's
angles.
the- all the angles of
Oh,
death.
the angles, they kill me. Okay, noted.
I have a fun anecdote if you'll take them about the word angles.
I will take anything you have to
Yeah.
say.
Both the words angles and angels actually, and their mix-up.
Okay.
You're not the
Oh,
first person I've encountered to mix the two up. So
What a
I was at
treat.
a board game night, and we were playing this game called code names, if either of you are familiar.
I've possibly heard of it.
It's sort of like two people are the spy master, let's say, and they have a grid of words laid down for their two teams to see. And they are competing to get their team to pick like the word on the grid. But the trick is you can only give hints to your team by saying words that are related. Like you can't say the word itself, but you can say some vague other word. So
like fruit
I was,
if I want orange.
Yeah, I think that's how the game plays. Anyway, not super important. One of the words was angel that the other spy master was trying to get.
Okay.
And she looked at her board and she was like, acute. And I was looking at her words and I'm like, what the fuck word is she going for? And then it hit me because she's dyslexic. And I'm like, oh, she thinks it means angles. It was so funny. Because as soon as I got it, I'm like, that's not what that means.
Okay.
It was.
But you got it.
I don't know if she got it. I don't know if they got
No,
that
you
point
got it.
or whatever.
Yeah, but like
I got it,
yeah,
but
Bob's
I
not
could
on
see the
team.
word she was trying to go for. The other team couldn't.
That's funny.
Are you more of an acute guy or an obtuse guy?
I'm
Let's
more
start with
acute,
Chaz.
thank you. Okay.
Chaz?
What?
Acute or
Are
obtuse?
are you a right angle?
Yeah, there's that too.
The rare right angle.
I'm a hexotodric vegan.
Huh? Yeah.
I
You're probably an alt right angle.
an alt right angle.
God.
I like to think I'm acute, but you know, maybe I am a little bit right angled because I am edgy sometimes. Not that I want to be.
What about obtuse?
I need to see what an obtuse angle looks like to remember. I can't picture any of them except like the right angle.
Acute is less than 90 degrees. Obtuse is more than 90 degrees.
Ah, okay. I'd say I'm more than 90 degrees.
You would say that.
You're the ones
What
that
You
ask.
think you're so special.
I never.
You think you're the one right angle out there.
No, he said more than.
Oh, I thought you said you were the right angle. Okay, I rescind my comment.
I only said I might be a right angle because I was calling myself edgy because you guys call me edgy quite a bit. So I was trying to make some weird roundabout joke that didn't really land.
But they're all angles. They all have edges.
True. Very true. You have any other critiques of stuff?
Critiques.
Because I always want feedback, especially like I want to improve every stream that I do. I want to get better.
I don't know if this is a thing you can do, but I'm gonna say it just because I'm looking at your page.
Yeah.
So when you do a live stream on YouTube, it seems to me, because I've never done it, it is just automatically uploaded to your channel.
Yes.
Is that right? Or do you go through some sort of process where the live stream sits in a bucket and then you're like, yes, upload this?
It uploads automatically.
Okay. Because I would suggest, again, if you can do this, doing some kind of unique thumbnail for each one, because right now it just takes screenshots somewhere in the stream.
Yes. So
And it's just, they all kind of look the same.
Yeah, that I want to make a thumbnail for the streams. The problem is I want to make it myself. Like, but I haven't sat down and done it. What I'd like to do for the painting ones is like how you see my current craft table. Do some sort of like craft area, but have like, I don't know, like a mini or something on it, and then like me painting it. If that makes sense, but I don't. The answer is yes. I want to do unique.
Because isn't that what the screenshots are right now?
Not more cartoony, not physically.
Oh,
not
you
seeing
actually, it's not a photo of
Yeah.
somewhere in the live stream. You make some. I see.
Yeah. Like I want to do one.
Why don't you incorporate your little goober in there? If that's going to be your mascot.
I'm going to now. I just made this guy last night.
Oh.
Like on this one, you could have him holding a corn dog.
I
Like
certainly could
looking
have
at-
him holding a corn
Looking
dog.
at angles.
I wanted to be kind of how my brain works is instead of a paintbrush, I wanted to give him a knife.
Oh.
Why? That doesn't seem in tune with your channel.
Works?
Because
Yeah.
I thought it'd be funny. You just see this little guy sitting and then he just pulls out a knife. But instead it's a
I think the paintbrush is more on brand.
No, the paintbrush is definitely on brand. I like the paintbrush. It was just last night when I was doing it, I'm like, oh, I'll do this. And then I'm like, this doesn't look right. It'd be funny, but it doesn't look right. I'll do a paintbrush.
Good call.
So, I'm happy with it.
Speaking of holding knives, I held a knife earlier tonight and I diced up some shallots.
I was going to say,
my
did
God.
you cut yourself like last time?
No, when did I cut myself last time?
I'm thinking, oh no, you cut yourself with a ski. That's what I'm confusing it for.
Somebody else skied over my wrist, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You cut yourself with a ski.
Yes, that is fully what he did. Oh.
Nope, I just made some mincemeat out of a couple shallots, you know.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say real quick, I hope everyone that's watching is enjoying the stream. I am here with two of my friends. I'm here with
The Mumblecast.
yes, the Mumblecast. Good old
Mumblecast.
El Marco and
I'm Claire Yeesh, and you're watching the Mumblecast.
These are references I know no one's gonna get, but I understand unless you go and find the Mumblecast and watch their
It's
stuff.
out there.
It is out there.
Good.
They do have some
Give it a
funny
watch.
stuff. I have been on it a few times back when they uploaded.
Yeah, back in the day. Back when they were good.
Yeah.
They still could be good.
Back when they were relevant.
Yeah.
We're just not sitting in a canoe for 8 hours a day anymore.
No.
I
That's
know.
what happened.
Is that how they all started?
Yeah, kind of. We got
Yeah,
that little
kind of.
tape recorder.
Just a mix of that and just, I don't know, gaming and being on calls.
But I remember we, had glorious conversations out on the river, and we were like,
Yeah.
we should get a recorder and just put it in between the two of us, because we're talking to each other for 8 hours a day.
Yeah.
So let's try and get
Yeah.
some of that.
Get a lot of gold there.
Yeah.
Sometimes I wish I helped with that job during the summer because it sounded like you guys had some fun times.
It was very good. I mean, it
Yeah.
could be
A very good
You know,
job.
exhausting sometimes because you're just out in the sun sitting, and it was kind of boring sometimes. And then there was the
Yeah.
whole thing about we didn't look busy enough. That was
Yeah,
so
when you got
irritating.
I hate those jobs.
It's like, you guys can't be reading in your canoe.
It's like, what the hell else do you want us to do? There's nothing else to do.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
like we can do the job, but then the job's done in like 5 minutes, and then you're floating.
Like
for
the
next
fact that
hour
we're
and a half.
not doing anything, I guess, could be interpreted as we're just ignoring our job. But in reality, we
with that job.
it was clean. Like the river, we did our job, and
Yeah.
there's
If there's
nothing
trash,
else
you're
to
picking it
do.
up. If there's not, and
Yeah.
because we had to get done like at a certain time for our pickup every day, we got there
Mhm.
early. We just have to sit at the for hours and still be paid, and then just sit there. So
Yep.
Well,
and I did that job for 4 years, and every year I would read on that job, and until that last one, no one ever said anything to us, did they? Sometimes
Yeah,
the
it
last
was like
week.
right at the end, right when we were. It was
I
like a
know.
week before we were going to be done with the job entirely when we graduated high school. When they just had
Yeah.
to say something.
Colin. Yeah.
I know my old roommate did. He didn't. He started doing that job, and then he started working at the campground there. But even then, he would have big times that he was just bored and wasn't doing anything. So
Yeah,
That's
for sure.
the job.
yeah.
But no, for the most part, I think it was quite fun and not boring because, we're doing it with each other,
Yeah.
just having a good time. It would suck if we weren't friends with anyone working the job or whatever.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It was,
So how's the move going, Bob?
Pretty dang good. This last
good.
weekend we moved. We moved this weekend. This is my first
Oh.
Oh, you fully
on
finished.
call. Yes and no. On Saturday we did the bulk of the move, like all of our furniture. And then on Sunday we just had to wrap up moving the last bits of our furniture, and then we cleaned the old apartment. So the move is done, meaning all of our stuff is here in the new apartment.
Mm-hmm.
The move is not done, meaning we still have stuff to unpack. Like,
Yeah.
there's still a lot of boxes and stuff just still waiting to find a home.
boxes and boxes of corn dogs.
The boxes and boxes of corn dogs. I know that always takes a long
And I'm
time.
like, there's too many boxes of corn dogs. We should probably get rid of them. And Allie's like, no.
No. I want them. I need them.
These are an investment.
And that's not a fight I want to get into, so I drop it.
It's just like
Yeah.
cottage cheese. You just don't fight it. Oh.
Yeah.
Yep.
Does Allie still crochet, Bob?
She does. Actually, all of her crochet stuff is sitting behind me right now.
Nice. I'm crocheting right
I'm
now.
going to respond to the chat real quick because someone just said, yes, moving is very stressful. I've had to move a few times, especially my Warhammer stuff. Was always fun to move because I had a whole room to myself for crafting, and then I had to move. And now all that is sitting in a Connex somewhere. I'm not going to say where because I don't... Well, not all of it. I actually was able to get to my room, but all my other crafting stuff is
Sitting in a comic?
Connex. You know, like the shipping containers?
Oh.
Those are called Connex.
Oh.
What?
Oh.
I still don't know what you mean. What is a Connex?
You know the big metal shipping containers they put on ships?
You have one of those?
Yes, we do. We have one of those, and all my stuff from my last move is sitting in one.
Why did you get a Connex?
We've had one for a while. So, at my parents' business, we have 3 trailers, and we store hay for over the winter for people that have animals. One of the things we store them in is this shipping container that's damaged. And I don't know, we don't have a lot of room to store things over, like hay over the winter, but just by the time that I had to move, the Connex was empty, so I put all my furniture and stuff in there. And I go in there every once in a while and pull out things that I need. Like when I did finally need stuff, I went and grabbed all my Warhammer stuff out of there. My original desk is still in
Connex
there.
itself.
What?
How did you move the Connex itself?
I didn't. I had to haul everything from my apartment in a truck and put it into the Connex at my parents' store.
So you moved everything to a third location, and from that third location, now you pull stuff into the new place.
Yes.
I see.
Yes.
I see.
Yeah. And it's a decent sized Connex. It's like a 30-foot long
Is Connex short for something?
No, I don't think so. I just have always heard it be called a Connex. I can call it a shipping container.
Yeah, I looked up Connex, and that's what it is. I've never heard that name before.
Yeah. A shipping
So
container.
Connex is an acronym for Container Express. Okay, so it is short for something.
I did not know that. So there you go.
Not that I've heard Container Express either.
But yeah. Sounds like
The
a brand
Connex
name.
box originated during the Korean War, initially used for transporting supplies to troops.
Wow.
Well, welcome to Swampcraft. You're gonna learn random facts here today.
Oh my gosh, I'm sorry.
But yeah, I still.
While the term Connex is often used interchangeably with shipping container, Connex boxes specifically refer to the military-developed containers.
So
Is that what you have, Chaz?
it's not a military container, but it's a big metal shipping container.
So it's not a Connex.
It's been used. It's not officially a Connex, but it's been used interchangeably.
Very political answer.
Connex box. A portmanteau of Container Express.
That's a good
I
word.
agree with Slapman. A Connex is a Connex. I
Slap-
Not to the military, mayhaps.
not to the military, but my father was in the military.
Are you a
and he calls it
high-ranking
Connex.
official in the military, Slapman?
I mean, he could be. I'm not going to question.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking.
Also, welcome to the
Because
stream.
then I'd value his judgment on this issue a little more.
If it's good enough for Korea, it's good enough for Swamp.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. Welcome to the stream, by the way. Oh, he was in the Air Training Corps in England. Okay.
Alright,
So,
alright.
I guess yes, he was in the military, but he wasn't high up. That's how I understand it. You can certainly correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, welcome to the stream. I am working on not my own models this time. This is a friend of my models. So last couple streams, I was working on a custom Death Angel kill team.
Angles.
Yeah, angles. But this time I'm working on my friend's that is... He said, hell no, couldn't deal with the jumpers. It was too itchy. I'm assuming like
Some
the,
itchy
the,
jumpers.
the jumpsuits. No, this is...
No, just
Like a sweater.
sweaters.
Oh, a sweater? Oh, I
He's
thought
in
like a
there.
jumper was like the...
Oh, and that's what Brits call the sweater.
Okay. So, that's me misunderstanding. Anyway, Fish was saying, I have a custom kill team of Space Marines. This is my friend's custom Chaos Space Marines for his kill team. We don't know what we're going to run them as. I would do probably Legionnaires, but these are the chosen for that, so we're going to figure out together. We might run these as a Death Angel one for him as well, and just, I don't know, make them be whatever. So yeah, he likes doing black, or his main thing is the Black Legion, so I'm painting these up in Black Legion colors. So, I got everything... No, I didn't get everything that painted white, black yet. I don't know that. I know my models look a little funky. I tried to do like some... Oh, I'm forgetting the word. I sprayed them white where the light was going to be and hoping... I spray painted them white a little bit to help with the highlight when I put paint on. But my paint can started to die, so I was only able to get 3 done. So, they're all going to be done in different ways.
You still go and play?
I will be this Thursday. I haven't played in 2 months now. So I want to. I will probably get my ass kicked next time I play. Like I normally do.
You feel you're improving?
Yes, I am improving. I am improving every game and learning and getting better. Warhammer, to boil it down to its simplest thing, is an advanced game of chess. And I am terrible at
That's
chess.
was family trauma.
Well, the lore is family trauma. The board game is advanced chess.
Oh, I thought you were like you would play the board game through family trauma.
No. No, but that's probably not a bad angle to think of.
Angel.
Yeah, I haven't played Kill Team yet either, but I'm trying to get friends into it. So I'm getting this guy who I'm working on his stuff into it, and 2 other friends. One of them is running. One of them is going to be doing another Space Marine army, and one of them is going to be running Dark Eldar. So that is what we got for teams at some point, but everyone wants to finish their models, and the other guys. Oh, music ended. I gotta pause that. See it? Oh, there we go. We'll have that going again.
So the more figures you paint,
Yeah.
that just allows you more options when you play, right? It's not like you put all your figures out in one fight, and the more figures you have, the stronger you are.
Yes. Yes. So there's different size armies you can do. Kill Team is like the smallest, where it's just squad versus squad. It's a different game system entirely. But the smallest official, like, 40k one you can do is one called Combat Patrol, and that's around 500 points. And they try to keep it 500 points. There's some boxes that they're definitely like 1,000 points. But then the next one up goes to be 1,000 points, and that's called... starts with an I. I don't remember them all off the top of my head, but...
Isosceles.
Isosceles. Yes, isosceles triangle, right? Is that what I'm thinking of?
Yep.
Triangle.
It's an angel.
But it's like you could always do the smallest point bite, right? But you only had the one team, so if the other guy just happened to have the team that was good against yours, you couldn't do anything about it. But the more figures you paint, you can be like, oh, instead I'll use this team, which is actually, good against that team.
Yeah. So, yes. Each faction have different models, and each of those models can do specific things. So, there's some that are good for objective control during the big games, and there's some that are good at taking hits and staying on the board. There's some that are better at taking out vehicles. So you can build an army in any specific way you want.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, there are some people that are going to make armies that will be really good against your army. Like if you had a full infantry army, you could go against someone whose army is really good against infantry. Or you could have someone that's really good against vehicles, or a good balance.
How do you determine your teams? Like, is it one person decides first and then the other person decides, or you choose independently?
You choose independently. Slapman is also giving a explanation as well.
Oh.
So there is an app, like the Warhammer 40k app, that will tell you how many points each thing is, and sometimes their abilities. The shitty part is you have to buy the books to do it, but there's books called codexes that give all the information on each army that you have, or each faction's army. If that makes sense. And there's many different factions that you can choose. So there's Xenos or Alien, Chaos, which is what Ben's going to be using. You have, in quotes, Human, because there's many different sub-factions in that.
Those are the ones I think I see all the time. The guys in the big armor.
Yeah, that's a sub-faction, and those are called Space Marines.
Yes, that's the term I hear a lot, knowing nothing about Warhammer.
Yep. So, Space Marines, which is what I run in my stuff, is also... Oh no, you're fully good. If you can cover something that I cannot talk about, because I have all this knowledge, but it's hard for me to explain to someone. So I appreciate you, Bob, sitting here and listening and like letting me try to process, because I could give you all the information I have, but a lot of it's information that you need context for. So then it's me trying to boil down what would be the context information that you need.
Onyx.
Yeah.
Freudian slip.
So yeah, because like during one stream, Ben says hello to you, Bob.
Hey, Ben.
Oh, wow. Oh, fuck, Ben. Who am I?
So, yeah. Is that a good
Hey there,
explanation, or do you need any more? Bob.
No, I think that explains it.
Okay.
I'm just thinking about the how the game actually plays.
Oh, there. Yeah, thanks, Ben. Better late than never.
There are channels that host them doing games, like playing the 40k game, and one of them is like 40k in 40 minutes. Those are entertaining. It's a good, in quotes, quick way of like seeing how a game is run. If you just wanted to see. I'm not telling you to buy it, I'm not telling you to get into it. Just, if you're curious, this is some information I'm passing on to you.
My brother used to play Warhammer, not like the 40k version, but like, you know, the fantasy version.
Old World.
And
You wouldn't know, but there's two fantasies called Age of Sigmar and Old World. Do you happen to know which one?
Age of Sigmar, or what was the other one?
Old World, but
I have no idea.
okay.
He had orcs and I don't know. I knew literally nothing about the Warhammer he did. But I think I watched one time him actually play it, and I imagine this plays similar, even though the context and the lore behind everything is different.
Yeah, fantasy is its own separate universe from 40k, obviously. I was also reading up on chat.
Yeah, I just saw Ben just down some cottage cheese. I'm gonna block him for that.
Oh no! To reply to you, Slyman, I just got into Warhammer in 10th edition. I am only a year into this hobby, so I don't know how any of the original stuff works. But I do want to get into fantasy. I have a Lizardman Spearhead box from Age of Sigmar. But I'm also interested in the Stormcast as well. That is... At some point I'll do those, but I have so many models of 40k stuff that I need to go through it. I have 4,000 point armies of 3 factions at some point that I need to paint. And those are Space Marine, which I have over 100 models at some point I need to paint, and that's not in boxes. I have now 2,000 points of Custodies, which I gotta build and paint the other half. I have 1,000 points of Guardsmen and 1,000 points of Tyranids at some point that I all need to paint. There's my black paint. That's what I'm looking for. So, I also just bought the brand new Space Wolf box that came out, and I'm waiting for the brand new Kill Team box to come out because I want those goddamn Tyranids and that terrain.
Get them as goddamn pyramids.
I'm going to be getting them. I placed my order with my local game store, and they're either coming in this weekend or shipments for orders are going out. Oh, I can probably do a full count. If I had to guess, because I counted once, it's like 160 models I have built. I have at least another 50 in boxes, so I have like 2 companies.
What has happened since like the advent of 3D printing and stuff? Do a lot of people just 3D print models instead of buy them, or is that frowned upon?
Yes. People, it is much cheaper to 3D print. The only reason why...
If you start up to play with a 3D printed army, would people think you're a bit of a noob?
No, you couldn't. So at my local game store, I've seen people play with 3D printed models, and they allow it. If you want to do official tournaments that are like sponsored by Game Workshop and stuff like that, they do not allow 3D printed models. Yeah, I wanted to get a 3D printer. To be specific, I wanted to get a resin printer. Because I've gotten some 3D models before, and they look nice. Like, they look good. I got them for my Guardsman army. And there's definitely some 3D print models that I want to get for my Tyranid army.
Do you find, like, are there people that will take, like, custom orders that'll 3D print them?
Yeah, so I've gone on Etsy, and that's where I've, like, seen some of these 3D models. Like, that's where I bought the 3D printed models before. Is on
So
Etsy.
you could have a guy made hold $4. You're saying?
Yes, yeah, that's 100% what I'm saying.
All right, there we go.
Good to know.
Yeah.
There's your Christmas present for me sorted.
Yep. Yeah, at some point I will get a 3D printer, but at the same time, this is really how my brain works. It's like, I'm okay with going out and buying a $60 box of, like, minis that I can go build. But I'm having an issue buying a $230 printer that I could then print minis with for, like, the rest of my life. The thing would pay itself off a lot quicker than me having the models. Or getting the models and buying it. So...
Yeah, but you know, someone's also got to keep money flowing to these people who make the game you like. So
that is true, but they also upcharge way more than they need to, in my opinion.
yeah, for sure.
But that is a whole different topic. That is a whole different topic. So, but I hope everyone that's watching is having a good night and enjoying the stream. I'm sorry, I just stopped in Red Chat for a sec. I'm always happy to sit and geek out about Warhammer because I want to sit and geek out about it. I want to get other people into the hobby. And
As try to sum up the entirety of the Warhammer 40k lore in one sentence. For me.
family trauma.
Okay.
Oh, that's not even a sentence.
Yeah, that's just a couple of words.
I mean,
You can expand on that in one sentence if you want.
to sum up recent Warhammer lore, family trauma. There is older lore that I could go into that I'm not sure how to Oh, no. If I want to do older lore, I would say wizard frogs and skin cancer is how I would sum up, like, older weird lore. Not older as in when the company was first started, all that stuff. Just certain factions. Because family trauma only sums up, like, half of Warhammer, but all of it starts from just family trauma. I know that is a lot of words to just say. I understand that's a lot of sentences.
Family trauma is only 2 words.
Yeah, no.
In fact, I expected more words in that sentence.
How many words is in a sentence, would you say? Because I'm trying to, like...
Variable.
Variable? Okay. Let's see if I can...
Just make sure you have a subject.
Yep.
Yeah, I do like Slapman's word. It's fun. I do have fun with Warhammer, but to sum up everything in official...
God, now we're down to just one word.
Yeah.
A monosyllabic one at that.
That's right. Except, is that describing his interaction with the game or the lore, like I asked?
I would assume the game. Lore... Some space wizard frogs came in, started the universe, and created life. They found a race of people dying from skin cancer. The people asked, "Can you make us live forever?" Frogs said no. They went to war. Weird space demons came in, killed the cancer people, made them into robots. Big war happened, created chaos. Years later, a big guy in gold armor showed up, decided he wanted to unite people after people fucked up and ruined their civilization. He then made 20 sons.
20
sons. Yeah, 20-ish sons. That gets into another thing. They went on a big crusade to unite everything.
I think this is more than one sentence.
It definitely is.
Yeah,
But this is me
definitely a run-on.
Yeah, it's definitely it's a run-on sentence, but that's why I asked how many words is in the sentence. There's a lot of lore to sum up. Anyway, some of those sons realized their dad is kind of a jerk, and they're like, "We don't like that. We're gonna go play with these cool powers that you didn't tell us about." They go and try to kill their dad. The main guy dies. Their dad gets put onto a throne, and then the dad becomes a lighthouse, and slowly all the sons disappear.
Hmm.
And after a lot of time, the sons are coming back because the universe has a giant crack in the middle of it. That is beginning of Warhammer lore to current day. That is all within the span. I did leave out one or two factions, but their lore gets summed up in the beginning as well. So, there are a lot of lore videos out there. My personal favorite channel that I always recommend is called Izander and Coda. They cover... It's one guy that knows a lot about Warhammer, explaining it to his friend that doesn't know anything. So it's very simplified, and it's in a podcast style. There are some people that will explain all the lore. It's a lot of information to learn. But yeah, to bring it back around, if I had to sum it up, family trauma is what I would sum up current lore as.
Ain't that the way of life?
It honestly is.
Yeah.
Honestly,
40,000 years in the future, and they still haven't figured it out.
Reminds me of Aunt Nora.
Oh my. Talk about traumatic.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm laughing at the comment that Slapman said. He says, I'm all about the giant crack.
Who isn't, brother?
Yeah. But if you want
Brother.
full lore, I'm always happy to sit down and explain it. I just don't know how much you'll actually retain.
I just wanted it in one sentence. That's about as much as I can retain.
Okay, fair enough. But if you like learning about fictional places, Warhammer's a really fun one. That's how I started before I got into building and painting. I just wanted to learn about this fictional world. 40k in 1 minute, family trauma. God, I don't know how to explain 40k in 1 minute. I tried. Okay. I'm done with the black. I'm sure I can clean up some more. I'm now going to move over to doing a gray. Try and get some sort of highlights in. It's more than... I mean, you know more about Halo than I do, I'm pretty sure, Bob.
I kind of just play the games.
Well, I haven't played the games, and you learn about...
Halos are big frickin' rings, and the Flood is really annoying to fight. That's all you need to know.
Yeah. That's honestly what I've heard. I do want to
You run and shoot, and Reach is the best one.
I was going to say...
You don't need to know anymore.
I do want to play Halo Reach at some point.
Some say it's the best one.
I've heard you say that multiple times.
Mm-hmm.
Is that like the same old Reach there used to be, or is there like a new?
No, it's still the old Reach.
Okay. Yeah, that's the one I played the most. I love that.
It's the best one.
Oh, very good. I remember I was trying to 100% that on my Xbox back in the day, but didn't get there.
That's the only one of the Halos I did the Lasso campaign on.
Lasso campaign?
Lasso.
What's that?
It stands for Legendary All Skulls On, which is like the hardest mode you can play it on. Which was stupidly difficult. I would not recommend it. But I did it for that one because I like that game so much.
From what I understand, what the Flood is, and I'm also kind of talking to Chad at the same time about this. I know the Flood is a disease. It's a hive mind at the end of the day. But it's also a disease that just wants to consume everything within the Halo universe. I don't think they started as a disease. It was like the creator race of the Halo universe. And then something happened where they all became the Flood. And there was another race that like was upset that humans were going to be like the race that took over the universe. And they made the rings to wipe out the Flood, but also everything else. And then once life restarted...
You know more than I do, apparently.
I hate to admit it, but Halo is one of those that I also delved into the lore a little bit. I spend too much time on YouTube, and I used to for a while.
You sneaky little guy. You started this conversation by telling Bob that he knew more about this than you. You had all this in your back pocket.
I wanted Bob to give me an explanation of a game that he likes.
I don't know. You play as Master Chef and you kill.
Yeah.
The Covenant are fun to fight. The Flood are not fun to fight. That's all I know. Don't ask me anymore.
Okay, fair enough.
He's not contractually obligated to say any more than that, and he won't.
That's right. You're not paying me a frickin' dime to say anything.
What? Okay, what if I did pay you a dime? I have a dime
Then
right
I'd
here.
then I'd consider it.
I have a dime right here. If I give you this dime, will you tell me more?
Sure.
Okay. That dime that I showed on my desk, that's yours.
Well, I'd like it right now, please.
I gotta mail it to you first?
I'd like to see you assemble a package with just that dime in it on stream, and then take your stream camera out into the world so I can see you put it in a little mailbox.
Okay.
And then I'll tell you what I know about Halo.
Okay. All my mailing packaging stuff is in the Connex at the 3rd location, so I can't do
Isn't that a coincidence?
Slapman's willing to pay you $1 right now to tell more about Halo.
Sure, pay me $1 and I'll tell you what I know.
This is kind of when I wish I had like donation stuff active. I don't even know how to set that up. At some point, I will on this.
I don't want him to pay you.
No,
I want him to pay me.
I understand that. Do you want to give out a Venmo or something for him to send you this on?
I don't have a Venmo. What do I look like?
Like a very smart, intelligent man.
Well, now you're just trying to butter me up.
Yes, I am, because I love and respect you.
You're not getting any Halo information out of me.
That's fine.
Without
I
payment.
still want to compliment you. Let me compliment you, damn it.
I feel like you're still trying to get something out of me.
No. No, I'm not. No, we appreciate the offer, Slapman, but I will send him a dime at some point. Next time he's on stream, we'll see.
Then I'll tell you my Halo information.
Yeah. I've kept up with Halo a little bit. I've learned about Dune before I learned about Warhammer, and I know they're very similar. Like Dune and Warhammer is similar. I will say, the newest Dune movies were okay. I haven't read the books. Again, it was one of those summarize story things. So, what is it, like 3, 4 books that are in Dune? Ben, if you're still in chat, tell me how many books, because you're reading Dune.
I don't care for Dune.
Yeah, some people like it, some people don't. That's what I've heard on it.
I don't get what all the hype is about. The movies look very dull, and it all takes place in a desert.
I fell asleep during the second movie. It wasn't enjoyable. This is kind of a hot topic. I don't know how other people feel about this, but I feel like Zendaya is being overhyped in Hollywood.
You know what? I agree with that. I don't
Okay.
think she's that good of an actress, but she's in everything now.
I am going to not say any more than that. If we're going to have this conversation, it will be off stream on some other topics.
Okay. That's very cryptic.
I could say something and someone could call me racist, and I don't think I'm being racist with it, but I don't want to say it out loud.
Well, now you were just heavily implying that you're a racist.
Fuck it, I'll say it. I think because Hollywood is trying to be so woke, they're trying to push actors that are not white. I'm not saying
I don't think that's true at all. I think there's plenty of awful white actors out there that still are as popular as they are.
I agree. There are good and bad actors all around. I just think Hollywood is trying to push a certain agenda, and that's why they hire people the way it is. I mean, Snow
That's a pretty
White,
messed up opinion.
I Yeah. You know what? I will accept that. You can belittle me in the comments if you need to. I set myself up for this, so go for it. If you watched any of the Marvel movies, Slapman, like the most recent ones of Spider-Man and stuff, she's MJ in the most recent Spider-Man movies, which I enjoyed her as like MJ. I thought that was good.
I thought she was pretty lifeless in those, like she is in most things. But not because of her race.
No. She's not the only one that I've seen that with, but I'm not going to get any more on the topic.
That's probably wise.
Yeah. So, any other topics you guys want to talk about? Kind of change things up.
What's going on with you, Mark?
I think Mark might have passed out. He sounded pretty tired. Oh.
Poor little guy.
Did he just disconnect and rejoin?
No, he sent a.
Oh, he messaged. Oh, hello, you're back. What happened?
How long have you not been able to hear me?
No.
No, we haven't.
Oh,
Were you
no,
talking?
but how long? Has it been a while?
It was certainly before all the Zendaya talk.
Yeah.
Oh well, I've been there for that. I don't know
Okay.
why.
You didn't say
Muting and
anything.
unmuting wasn't working. No, I know. I just had to leave the call for some.
Huh.
Okay, well, I said, can you maybe name a non-white actor or actress that you do appreciate seeing in a film? To maybe give you some good credit back.
Hmm.
I don't watch a lot of movies, so or TV shows, so it's hard to say.
Well, you seem to watch enough to have a strong opinion on Zendaya.
I'm trying to think. I am sorry. I am actually trying to.
Not even a name, just say that guy in that thing. Or that girl in that thing.
I'm trying to remember the last movie. The last movie I watched. Morgan Freeman's a good one. I've actually seen clips of Morgan Freeman. You know what? I've been seeing a lot of clips of a. No, the last movie I watched was the Minecraft movie, and I really enjoyed that. But I don't.
You like Jason Momoa?
Yes, I like Jason Momoa. I was thinking of him.
There you go. There's one.
And I also liked the animal lady in it. I don't know her name. I thought
Lady.
The animal lady.
so. There's she has a lot of jobs in the movie, but she runs a
For Coolidge?
I don't know if that's her name. I don't know.
The kid or the white lady or the black lady?
The black lady. I'm talking about the black lady that runs.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know what her name is.
She like builds a mushroom house in the show, and I think it's really good.
Her name is Danielle Brooks.
I haven't seen The Boys.
Which boys?
The Boys is a superhero.
Boys
TV
out in the
show.
yard.
The Boys, I haven't watched it, but I've seen clips on it. That's a good take on superheroes, in my opinion. I like that.
Oh, that's where I know her from. Danielle Brooke is in Orange is the New Black.
Oh,
I watched all of that. That's where I know her from.
Okay.
She was very good in that.
I also been seeing a lot of clips of. It's based off a true like slavery story, about a black man that was free, that then got captured, put into slavery, and people thought his name was Platt. So the whole premise of the story is him being a free man, going through all this, trying to get his freedom, and he finally becomes free again. I like him. He's a good actor. I don't like anything that the show's about, but it's our history, and we have to, learn that we've done some very terrible stuff, and we need to accept it as part of who we are, and be better moving in the future.
What a brave statement.
Okay. Well, I think that's good. We've covered the racial takes segment of the Swampcraft stream.
I appreciate you guys.
Yeah, I didn't think you'd go there, huh?
No, I didn't think so either. But it's not the first time that we've been in a talk and we've had this conversation. Like, the two of you have talked with me about this, and I don't like that it's happened before this way, but... Yes, 12 years a slave.
Brought it up.
That's the one I'm talking about. 12 years as a slave.
Yeah, we were just sitting on Dune, and then you had just had to really dig
Bring up
in
some
on
Days of
that.
Race.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't like how she acted in it. Like how you said MJ, how she played as MJ in Spider-Man, is how I thought she played as... I don't even remember her character's name.
Yes, but what does that have to do with her race?
I was also thinking of another one that people think is really boring.
He thinks it's part of a larger Hollywood trend.
Can we change topic? We've been on this way too fucking long.
My point was, we didn't bring it up. I
No.
didn't bring it up.
I did, and I'm asking to change it because I don't want to go through all this again.
Okay, give us a new topic.
Yeah.
What other, like... Are there any games you guys been playing? Because I know you're a big board game guy, Bob. I want to see if there's any other fictional universes you guys are into, any other books. You actually, Bob, you mentioned that they're making a third Jurassic World game, and it made you think of me, which I really appreciate.
They just had the Summer Games Fest, where they announced a bunch of games. And I saw that one, and I thought of you.
I appreciate that. I've been seeing a lot of stuff of the new, I think it's Jurassic World movie that's coming out.
Yeah, they're making a new one with Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah, I'm not sure how...
Have you seen all of those?
No.
Isn't that like the 5th one or something like that?
Yeah, so I separate it kind of like how people separate the Star Wars movie into different tiers. So you got the first 3, which is the Jurassic Park series, and then you got the Jurassic World series. I think Jurassic Park series is better than World.
Okay. I think that's a pretty common opinion.
Yes. My listing of the movies, though, I don't think is very common. I list 2 higher than the first. So, Jurassic Park, the set 2, I list higher than the first.
You like the second Jurassic Park more than the first?
Yes. And I almost like 3 more than the first, but for the only reason it being the same reason why I like 2 more than the first. And the reason why I like 2 is because I grew up on a lot of nature documentaries, and especially like Walking with Dinosaurs and other documentaries like that. So for me, I got to see these fictional creatures live in quotes natural habitat.
Mm-hmm.
And I liked seeing the dinosaurs act as animals, as being actual dinosaurs. Lost World. Yes, Lost World. I forgot that its name. I like 3 because it touches on the same topic, but it then moves too much more into an action movie, which then makes the first movie go above it. Above 3. So it goes in my list 2, 1, then 3. And I did enjoy 3. I did not think 3 was a bad movie, in my opinion. I like the Spinosaurus. I'm glad they're moving to a more realistic, or I'm glad people are realizing it didn't look like the way it did. Spinosaurus actually has a very funny fossil history. Kind of funny, not really funny at the same time. The only fossil we ever had of it got destroyed during World War II, during a bombing raid. So it was the only fossil we had, and it took like another decade to even find a Spinosaurus fossil. So, but yeah, that's my take on the Jurassic movies. I like the world movies if I just think of them not fully a part of the Jurassic Park series. I like the idea of them doing cloning and messing with genetics that they shouldn't. I almost want to see... I'm thinking of a game that came out, and I don't know its name, but almost like an apocalyptic... like, all the dinosaurs are out. And I want to see how the world reacts now with the dinosaurs being out and about in, like, the mainland. How does that change life? Like, are there walls around cities? Are people moving out of the country out of fear of being attacked by dinosaurs? How does the world react? Is there now, like, a big capture group that has to now try and collect these guys and put them back in a safe area? Like, the bottle's opened. I want to see what happens. And they kind of touch on that in some of the movies. I think in the third one, they touch on it a little bit. You guys can jump in at any time. I've been
Are you
chatting.
going to see the new one? I'm just letting you talk about Jurassic, whatever.
I might see the new one. Go ahead, Mark. You sound like you were going to say something.
Well, no, I was just going to say, well, I don't necessarily have too much to say about the Jurassic franchises, but to answer your original question, I've not been playing so many games recently, as you know, because I need to get a new fucking computer, because this thing is pretty shit. I'm playing RuneScape on it right now while I'm crocheting, and that's about all it can handle is old school RuneScape. I tried to play Minecraft on this thing a couple weeks ago, and it cannot even handle that. So I really, hopefully at some point, I get my shit together and get a new computer, and then I can game on more stuff with you guys again. But no, I was just traveling around for a bit too, so I especially hadn't been gaming, and now I'm back here with my Xbox, but I don't know what I really want to play. So no, I have not been doing much gaming, but I am kind of itching to. But on sort of tangent of that, Rashab has got himself a new gaming PC, so he's back.
Ooh. I haven't talked to
If you want to
Rashab
play
in a while.
Valheim with Rashab again.
I'd like to play.
That's a throwback.
I'd like to play Valheim again at some point.
Just with Rashab.
Yeah, I will just play with Rashab. If that's what you're saying, if I am in a situation where you're saying the only person I can play Valheim with is Rashab and none of my other friends, then yes, I will play with just Rashab. But if I can play with Rashab and all my friends, I will do so.
Yeah, that would be fun too. No, it would be fun to get on that world again.
I know, we did so much with that. I kind of regret building such a big castle on that world. I spent too much time.
Right.
to reply to
I need
chat.
I need to save up some pennies and buy a PC and then start getting on games again because I miss it. It's a good way to stay in touch with you guys.
Well, we miss gaming with you too, Mark. I'm gonna reply to the chat real quick. I've not seen Chaos Theory, but I'm gonna have to check it out if they got something kind of like that. One movie I did enjoy a lot as a Dino kid was Dinotopia. There was a cartoon one, but there was a live action one. And that, I think, had a good scene where they're riding on the back of Brachiosauruses and they're coming up to an outpost. And the entire outpost is empty. And then later on, they get attacked by, like, 2 Tyrannosauruses. And that kind of, like, itches the feel that I'm talking about with, like, the Jurassic World series. Or at least what I want to see get touched on a little bit.
I love itching feels.
So, I also want to get on Minecraft again with everyone and finish the goddamn railroad.
I know, dude. Sounds like we should be able to get on there soon if James can fucking put the server on.
Yeah.
James the little griefer.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a little griefer.
James the villager murderer.
Yeah.
I will make sure to send villagers to your guys' village so that you're not empty anymore.
Yeah, I mean, once we have that railway set up.
I know. I'm just gonna say hello, everyone. Welcome to the stream. I'm just here chatting with chat and my friends. I'm working on my friend's Chaos Space Marines. At least he picked up the Chosen, being led by an Executioner, and I've just been sitting here chatting and I hope everyone's having a good night. I hope everyone's having fun.
I'm having a good night.
Yeah, I've been having
Or morning,
fun.
I guess.
So
I've been doing a lot of geocaching. That's kind of a game.
Oh. Go anywhere new?
Go anywhere new. Well, I mean, I've been using it. I've been doing it pretty solidly for the last like 2 years or so. And so whenever I travel, I find some and you collect badges from around other countries and states and provinces and things. So I'm building up a little souvenir cabinet on it. But I've also placed a bunch now too. I have 14 placed, some back in Maine and some in Austria.
Does it tell you when people find yours?
Yeah. Yeah, you have a cache owner dashboard. Let's
Uh-oh.
see. Somebody found some of mine today. Never knew this sweet little cemetery was here. Thanks for placing your cache in this peaceful location. TFTC, Marcus Schneider. You're welcome, trailmongers.
What is TFT, Precious?
TFTC.
What is
Thanks
TFT?
for the-
TFTC?
Thanks for the cache.
It's just... Oh,
it's
okay.
the name of the cache.
Thanks for the cache. Yeah, you know, any courteous geocacher always signs off with TFTC.
Okay.
Yeah. I was looking back at some old ones I found the other day, Bob, and I saw one where I found with you and Allie because I saw Allie's thing on it, her log.
Good thing. Yeah, I
Her
mean,
log.
we only did it for like a month,
Yeah.
maybe,
Yeah,
with
she
you.
has 7 pines, I think. I'm up to 541. I found one today on a covered bridge.
Wow.
On the hike I did.
Oh, excuse me.
Yeah. So that's that. But we've gotten, my brother's pretty into it now. He's gotten Sean and Tina into it. We kind of got Nick into it a bit, and Nate, and I got Mike into it when I was just out west and saw him. And so we got a little geocache group chat, and there's a leaderboard every.
You weren't
So-
around when
Oh,
we did the last Fast and Loose, right, Mark? You weren't around for that?
When what?
The last Fast and Loose we did?
Fast and Loose. No, that's when I was out west with Mike.
It's a fast and loose, Precious.
I will explain in a moment, but first for Mark, I'm going to say, Nick, Nate, and Sean, and a couple other guys were trying to find a geocache near.
I tried to find that one they were looking for
Yeah,
like a week
they
before,
spent
but I
so
couldn't find it.
long looking around this random building trying to find it.
Yeah, I could not find it. I was putting my hand in some nasty asbestos-y hole in a wall.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So to explain to you, Mark, I had a couple friends, and I'm also explaining this in chat. I had a couple friends that were living in like, in quotes for me, the biggest city near me, and they lived in walking distance of 10 breweries. So they would start at like noon on a Saturday, and they would bar hop to all these places, and they would have a random like dice generator, and they would roll to see what drink they would get on the menu from like one.
That sound fast and loose.
So they would roll for it, order
Sounds
that
like
drink,
something non-pop Nora would love.
and then
Oh my god, don't tell her.
and then they would move to the next place, and then after that they would finish at a place called the Zoo, which was like a 3-minute walk from their apartment. And by the end of it, they were completely like plastered. If you're gonna drink, do it responsibly and make sure you have a designated driver. I'm not a big drinker. I would maybe have 1 or 2 drinks, but I wouldn't have any more than that. I don't like the taste of alcohol. It's not something I enjoy. I do it just as a social thing. But it's fast and loose. It's just you have 1 beer, you get out of there fast, and by the end you're really loose.
Wow.
That is what it is, Bob.
I have done a
Creative.
couple in my time. They are always good fun.
Okay, I believe you.
Nick ended up like a big sleeping idiot on that night, though, from the
Always.
photos I saw.
He gets so drunk those nights. But talking about Nick, he's actually doing really well with his YouTube channel and his store right now. I do get a little bit jealous, but I have to put my like jealousy in check because, like, you know what? I can do the same thing that he does. Like, I can be just successful. But anyway.
Well, speaking of his store and getting very drunk,
Yeah.
that night when I was home, Chaz, and we went out, and then you left to drive home,
Yes.
we all ended up going back to Nick's storefront
I know
at
Ben
whatever,
told me.
like 2:30, 3 in the morning, and people started having like a battle royale in there with brooms. It was pretty crazy.
I know Ben told me that he was that it was paper toilet rolls or something like that. Not that. It was a broom and like paper towel rolls that like someone was getting hit with. I think is what Ben.
Yeah,
told me.
just Sean has a video of it. It's just people run. I was there. I just sat on a chair and I put my feet up on the wall, and I remember.
Oh, I think he cut out.
I remember just trying to put my feet up on the wall, keeping them up there, but I don't remember any of this chaos happening. And then I saw the video the next day, and just Ben and Nick and Sean and Tina and Hannes' friend Brian are all just fucking running around attacking each other, and I'm just like sat in the middle, and I had no idea that happened. And then
Attacking
Hannes
each
was like,
other?
yeah, like just with brooms and things, and just being nutcases. And Hannes was there, but he was like asleep on a table, and then he stood up at one point and like ate shit. He crashed into like a big pile of folding chairs, and it made such a loud noise.
Oh Lord.
Yeah.
Chad is saying that they were helping a friend of theirs build a boat on Sunday, and he was being paid in rum. He does not remember what the boat looks like. I'm assuming that means he drinks so much. So what's the best American beer we have over here? I don't...
Oh, I don't know. We just have so many craft beer options in the States, especially where we're from. There's so much. So it's more just the variety, and they all are pretty good quality, but you get so many different types, I guess. I mean, you guys in the UK do have a decent selection as well. I mean, I love me some English ales and whatnot, but
Yeah, Mark's been
yeah,
over
I
from
don't
the
know.
UK a
It's
few
all
times
a
now.
taste.
Um, for me, my favorite beer, if you actually want a beer, isn't even an American company. I will have a Guinness with a friend, or with two friends whenever we meet up. And we all like hang out.
The
We
friend
like go.
I will not.
What was that?
You're like, I'll have a Guinness with a friend or with two friends, but no, any more than two friends, he will not have a
Well,
Guinness.
okay, it's specific friends. So one of those friends who was in chat here is Ben Darling, and another one, Pat. Whenever we meet up, we've made it a tradition just to like order a Guinness. I'll have a Guinness with you, Mark, at any point if you come back.
Okay, good.
But I usually drink a cider called Angry Orchard or Citizen Cider. I'm also more of a fan of mead, which is a honey wine. I've actually made my own mead. I've had a baby Guinness. And those are really good. Weirdly, though, we have a name for them here. My parents call them a... I don't know why you would call this drink that. They call a baby Guinness a duck fart here.
A duck fart?
They call it a duck fart, and I don't know why.
I've never heard that.
No, it's not a thing I've ever heard before. And for context, a baby Guinness is coffee Kahlua with Bailey's cream on top. And it's a shot. I'm saying that for chat.
Oh.
And the first time I came back from like Ireland, I was telling my parents about this, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we call that this." And I'm like, "That's not it." And they made it, and I'm like, "Why? Why is it called this? It's such a bad name for a really good drink." I'm not a coffee drinker, but yeah. Mead is
So the
such a good
restaurant that I work in here, there's a bunch of Swedish kids who are here every winter. That just come to town sort of for a ski season, whatever, and find jobs. And one of them, working at the bar last year, somebody ordered a baby Guinness and he didn't know what that was, and he just took a small beer glass and filled it up with a bit of Guinness. He thought that's what a baby Guinness was.
You know what? We can call that a...
Oh, how we chortled.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
Oh, yeah.
Well, my brain was thinking like, oh, what could you call that small Guinness? Could you call it like a mini pint? But you couldn't really call it a pint because a pint's a certain glass size. But to go back a little bit, I love mead as well. I only got into drinking mead because I made it myself first. I learned how to make mead, and it's really easy to make. Be very careful when you make it, though, because you can easily give yourself botulism or poison yourself in any sort of way. I am lucky I didn't do that to myself the first time I made it. But I got proper kits and I learned how to make it, and I've made a couple different flavors. Like I've made...
Oh, I remember back when you were just making it in those buckets.
Yeah, and you guys kept throwing a potato in it, and I finally found a potato.
Yeah. We thought it would help.
Yeah, I mean, if I was... Do you use potato to make vodka? I'm pretty sure you do.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, I guess if I want to make that, I could, but I don't know.
Hey, Bob, I've got something to tell you about regarding Madison.
Okay. I'll hear it.
Are you aware that there's a new professional soccer team in Maine?
No.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
Probably
know about this.
unsurprising to you. I don't.
Well, the Portland Hearts of Pine, I went to a couple games when I was just home. And it's quite fun. I had a good time. And the league they're in also is the league that forward Madison. So, a couple times a year, the boys from Portland are going to be coming to Madison.
Wow.
There you go.
I'm gonna have to
There you
try
go.
that. Mark, have you
Who would you
had?
vote for if you went?
Well, I'll let you guys have a conversation, and then I'll ask.
I'm done with it. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, Mark, have you had the cider that Slapman's recommending?
Hang on, let me check that. Pigeon Head. Let me look it up and see if I recognize it.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. I'll have to look it up after because I don't know if I've had it yet or not. I know there was.
I don't remember it enough, but I definitely have seen that label.
I definitely have had like ciders whenever Ireland. I do want to go to the UK. You know, this is the second time that I've had like a person from the UK in my stream.
Mm.
I had one.
Maybe a lot of people from England like Warhammer.
Oh well, they do because that's.
Or maybe a lot of them like you.
They probably do.
Oh.
If they do, I appreciate it. And I'm not gonna say all people from England like Warhammer. I want to go to England to check out the Warhammer Museum. And it's like where the main business for Warhammer is
Because
located.
I think you have had another one at least too, because my girlfriend, who is English, last time I got on this stream, she was going to bed like right as I was getting on, but I sent her the link for it, in case she wanted to listen to me while she fell asleep. I don't think she did, but she clicked on it and then she just sent a message back saying like angles of death, and that was it.
Oh.
But so she was, but so she was at least on for a second, and she counts.
Yes,
I
she does
guess.
count.
And she noticed the angles thing, and I forgot to
Yeah.
bring it up. But she doesn't. She doesn't know what any of this is.
I'll have to go back and change the description because I think that says angels, but now that I know it says angles, I'll have to change it. But yeah, other than that, I've been distracted with all the chatting that I don't think I've gotten as much painting done as I've could have, but I've also been enjoying just chatting with everybody. At some point, I really should work on my art competition piece because I have until the end of this month and I haven't done any more with it yet.
Oh, Bob.
Mm-hmm.
When I was just back in the States last month, I was out west for a bit with Mike, and he'd never seen Haircut Vlog, and I showed it to him, and he absolutely loved it. He thought you killed it.
Mike Heggie?
Yeah.
He'd never seen Haircut?
He'd never seen Haircut Vlog.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad he liked it.
So, maybe I think it'd mean a lot to him if you like sent him a video message saying like, "Hey, this is Haircut from Haircut Vlog. I heard you enjoyed it. Keep your chin up."
I'm looking forward to seeing.
Keep it up, buddy.
I'm looking forward to seeing Mike when he comes back home for a little bit. We plan on meeting up and all that. Art competition. Yes, I got invited to an Instagram for a Warhammer art competition, and this is the piece I'm working on for it. I have to, at some point, finish this guy because it's supposed to be 2 models. I gotta do his arms, and then I'm pretty much done with this guy, I think. Well, and a couple little silver bits, but Yeah, I got invited back in March to a Warhammer art competition run by. Let me get his name real quick because he is on Instagram. It's run by 2 people. Here we go. The main guy that I heard about from, his name is War in Hammer 40k underscored where each of the spaces are, and he's running it with his friend. I'm not sure how to pronounce his name, but it's spelled Ivkaskade. So that is who's running that. It was initially until the end of May, but now I have until the end of June. And I don't think it'll take me that long to do it. I've just been having fun painting other models. I spent so much time doing that main piece that I've like almost burned out a little bit, and I needed to move to something else. But yeah, that is the art competition piece.
Bob, when was the last time you were in the Mustard Museum?
It's actually been quite a while.
Well, someday I hope you'll take me there.
Okay. Whenever you're in town, I bring all our guests to the Mustard Museum.
Okay, promise. When I come to see you in Madison, you'll bring me to the Madison Mustard.
The mustard.
Okay. It's not just Madison mustard. It's mustard from all over the world.
All over the world?
Yes, all over the world. It's the Mustard Museum.
Wow.
The world's Mustard Museum.
Oh, maybe, Slapman would like to go there. The Brits like their mustard. They get behind their mustard. Some
Well,
Coleman.
he stops by in Madison. We'll go to the Mustard Museum.
I have a question for you, Mark, and I don't know if you know this or not. What country does mustard originate from?
Are you asking like you know the answer, or are you just asking?
I think I know the answer.
I'm gonna guess France.
That probably would be my guess too.
I thought it was Germany.
Well, you don't know? You've been to the Mustard Museum many times.
Yeah, but it's more about the mustards of modern day rather than the history of mustards.
Okay, here, I'll look it up. Fez, you said Germany?
I think
Bob,
Germany.
you're saying France as well?
Yeah, about that area. That seems right.
Yes, they are saying Mustard Museum. They're... My buddy Mark has been to a lot of...
I love mustard.
Mark has
Me
been
too,
to
brother.
a lot of weird museum places. Although, Bob, you've been to a place called the Corn Palace, right?
Oh. Archaeological evidence shows mustard cultivation in early South Asian civilization in the Indus Valley.
Oh,
Ancient Egyptian
really?
mustard seeds were used medicinally and possibly culinarily. Ancient Greece and Romans ground mustard seeds and mixed them with unfermented grape juice.
Yeah, that makes sense. Rome.
Oh, wow. But then, okay,
I would not have associated mustard with
prepared
Asia.
mustard's culinary home. While mustard seeds were used across many cultures, France, particularly the city of Dijon, is often credited with refining prepared mustard into the condiment we know today.
Yep.
okay.
There you go.
I guess you should have clarified your question, Chaz. The mustard seed or mustard as we know it today?
I was thinking of mustard as we know it today, but I'm happy with both answers. So you guys were right. It is from France, but it originates a lot older than that.
Yeah, because the plant has been around for
A long time.
quite some time.
Yeah. The reason why I thought Germany is because Germany is known for like bratwurst. At least in my mind, it is. So I assume like mustard and sausages go hand in hand together.
But France has a town called Dijon.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That is
And
new.
it sounds,
can't
it
top
sounds like
that.
an English. It sounds like an anglicized version of like a French word, mustard, like mustard. I don't know what they call it, but
Yeah, I don't know what they call it.
Mustard.
What?
Are you copying something I
Like
said?
Chaz
Or?
said it.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
your little French accent. You were just like Mustad.
That was not a
That's
French
what I
accent.
said. Mustard.
Yeah, but then Chaz's was worse. I
Yeah.
liked it.
I didn't say it in a French accent. I just said mustard. I guess
Oh,
I
you
can't. I
can
can't.
cook that weird yellow stuff, Slap Man. Oh, I mean, I like all kinds of mustard, but I'll stand up for the American yellow mustard. That stuff is dope
Go
as
to
well.
the mustard museum. They have mustards of all kinds, yellow and otherwise.
I made a mustard mash a couple weeks ago. That was very nice.
Did you say mash?
Yeah, like I made mashed potatoes, and I put in some like whole grain mustard into it as well while I was cooking it, and that was very nice.
I will be honest. That's the first time I've ever
Interesting.
said mustard that way.
That's the
What
first time
did you
you've ever
say?
said mustard.
That's the first. That's not true, Jazz. I know for a definitive fact that's not true.
I've said mustard. I've never said mustard.
Okay, well, that's more believable.
Mustard.
I've never said it as mustard before. I've said
I
mustard.
can believe that.
Yeah,
I said mustard.
I don't know.
Okay, buddy, I believe you.
Fine, whatever.
Just wait till that footage surfaces of you staring in the mirror, practicing saying mustard from 12 years ago.
For this stream, you said to yourself one day, I'm gonna say mustard and everybody's gonna love me for it. So I gotta practice
They're
now.
gonna think it's gonna be the first time I've ever said it.
Well, the jig's up because we caught you red-handed saying mustard not for the first time. What do you have to say for yourself?
Yeah. Seems about right.
I have nothing to say. That's why
Jazz,
I'm
you can't
silent.
not talk on your stream.
I know. You asked, what do I have to say to it? I was silent because I have nothing to say. If there is footage or some random thing about me mispronouncing mustard, okay. How many other times have I mispronounced words and you guys have like said, "Oh, that's weird. That's funny." It happens way more.
I'm not saying you like accidentally mispronounced it. That's not the accusation.
No,
This is
no.
calculated.
No, the
This
full
is
accusation you're saying
mustard.
is that I have said it, or I could have randomly said it some other time the exact same way. Maybe I could have.
I'm saying you
no
practiced
idea.
it in the mirror.
Oh! I practiced in the mirror.
12 years
I did-
ago.
12 years ago to this day.
Day, actually.
Because I knew what was going to happen.
You knew someday you would need that in your back pocket. And lo and
Yeah,
behold, credit to you, you were right.
It's just a bit of a weird claim to be like, hey guys, yeah, that's the first time I've ever said mustard. Like, no one was asking, dude. Now I feel like I gotta dig a little deeper.
You can't blame him.
Okay.
You gonna try to blame me?
No, I don't blame
I'm
you.
not.
I am okay with yapping. I will continue the yap. This is me responding to chat. Sometimes my mouth moves faster than my brain. So I will say things before I really have a chance to think it over. And put myself in quite some pickles with my words.
I'm gonna give a big up, the big up of this stream, the Slap Man, for being here for hours and engaging in our talk about mustard.
Yeah.
This has happened
Mustard
like
and corn dogs
every
and angles.
stream that I have
Yeah.
like one person that will keep constantly talking. And I appreciate every person that's popped in and chatted.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, it's what makes me want to keep going is these conversations like
It's nice to know that we're not just having this conversation about mustard into the void. It's being lapped up by
Well, I mean, that's also
But
why I have like you guys on, because if I'm just sitting here by myself, I paint your. I mean, I would paint them the mustard color, but they're not my Space Marines. It's fully up to my friend if he wants them to be mustard color or not.
yeah, but Ben likes mustard enough, I'm sure.
I don't know. Does he? Why is that read? No, don't replay from there. Replay from the beginning. Oh yeah, what time is it for you over in the UK? Because for
For
me,
me,
it's like, well, no, I'm talking to Slapman, but yeah, for you, it's like what, 2 or 3 in the
I
morning?
mean, yeah, for me it's like 2:45, so I guess for him, quarter to
Stay up
3.
so late. I couldn't even. Couldn't be me.
Like for
Couldn't be
me,
you.
it's 8:42 in the evening, and I'm gonna go on till like 10 o'clock at night. I'm glad I could make your morning.
I don't mind staying up. It's the best way I get to chat with you guys, which I like doing. So
He's saying he knows that Ben wants one to be mustard color. I said it again. I messed up mustard again. I like shortened it to like this other word. I don't even think I can say it again. I like cut off the middle part.
What?
I'm talking. I'm saying I mispronounced mustard again, and every time I've had, I'm realizing I cut off this weird middle section.
Oh, I didn't hear it.
Well, I heard it. I'm calling myself out. But I'll keep painting more models.
Mustard. Je m'appelle Mustard.
I'm gonna take a quick water break because I need it.
Alright, yeah, we'll take the reins.
I was gonna say, where did I put my water? I thought I had a bottle in here.
Give the reins to us. We'll make it a proper mumblecast.
Yeah.
I'm going to. I'm gonna switch over to this screen real quick. Oh.
Are you gonna get a new Switch?
No, maybe I won't switch over to that screen. I thought the BRB screen would pop up, but I'll go back to this one.
Oh, you
Bob,
faded.
are you gonna get?
I did
the
fade,
Switch too?
and like what's supposed to pop up is a Be Right Back screen, but I don't think it did. So I'm going back.
I
to
see a black screen.
Yeah, give it a second. It's gonna go back to the regular thing. I'm gonna go find a water real quick. If you can't get up, stretch. Oh, wait, never mind. I found my water. It was right beside
To
me
answer
the
your
whole
question,
time.
Mark, probably not right at launch.
Mustard.
I guess all I know that will be on the Switch 2 is the new Mario Kart, and that's like, I don't care that much about that game.
Yeah.
I am not gonna get a Switch 2.
I got too many games on Steam to play. That's where I'm at.
That's where he's at. No arguing.
That's where he's at. That's what he does. I regret spraying white primer on these guys when I was gonna have to paint.
Why?
It. It's not terrible. It's just it's all gonna get covered. It just right now doesn't look as good compared to like the pure black primer, because all I did on these is just add a little bit of gray, and I don't know how well it comes through the camera because I know I'm running a shitty camera, but once I like cover all the white, it'll look better. It's just in the like mid process of looking weird. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So
I know.
I think, with that being said, I'm also going to move over to a different color. No, I have to do that separate. I'm gonna move over to the gold. Even though it's probably not the right time to do the gold, I want to add a little bit of extra color to these guys. And if I have to fix something up, I'll fix it. Oh, my camera just switched. Okay. On my screen, it just switched to black screen. Oh, now it's back. Okay. Oh, too much gold. Way too much gold. I added way too much. I do have a goal this year for the channel. I want to hit 500 subscribers this year if I can. I'm halfway there.
Which is?
Wait, no, halfway is 250. I'm at 153. So I'm not halfway yet. But I'm close. I'm close to halfway. Paint black is really hard. I used to highlight my with blue. Yeah, so I've decided my normal, like, army color, because I run Dark Angels, but it's a successor chapter. I've decided that they're black and blue. They're called the Seraphim of the Abyss. I found them while, like, scrolling through the homebrew website on Warhammer, and I've had to learn how to, like, highlight black and actually get good at it. But I've done okay with it. I've looked at a lot of videos. I've had to learn. This is going to be the hard part because Chaos Marines have a lot of trim or a lot of little parts that are going to be like that brighter gold color for me. So I want to build a Chaos Army at some point. The hard part with gold is that if I mess up, especially on the black, I have to try and cover it up again. Yeah, I like the name. I thought it was a good name. The hard part is I'm so indecisive on color because I initially started as a Salamander player making the Iron Drakes, which are green, black, and gold, and then I wanted to make my own custom. Brava? I'm not sure how to pronounce that. I'm gonna give it a try. Bravura? No, not Vora.
Bravura? Bravura? Bravura?
Bravura.
Sounds like a good name. What made me choose the name? It's the name of the homebrew faction, but what sold it on me was the lore that the homebrew had. So this goes into like what I want to do for a custom Space Marine chapter. My four favorite Space Marine chapters are Salamanders, Dark Angels, Space Wolves, and the Iron Warriors. And I wanted to make a custom Space Marine chapter using all aspects of those. Oh, Bravura is how he says you pronounce it. I liked. There's all different things I liked about each faction, and I kind of decided while I was going to make it that it was going to be a fleet-based chapter. And I had a really hard time deciding on the color. I liked using a metallic because I like gold and I like silver. I like silver more than gold. But I also wanted to mix blue in somewhere, and as I was just kind of scrolling through, looking at the Dark Angel stuff, because I've been reading a lot of their books, it just kind of popped out at me. And as I looked at their armor, it's like they are pure black armor with like highlights of blue. And a little bit of silver here and there on some of it, but not all their stuff. I changed it so they had more silver on, because I like how the silver pops a bit better off the black. So it more sold me on the color, but they are a fleet-based chapter, which is what sold me, and that they were traveling around, and in their homebrew lore, they've been around since the Horus Heresy, but they were dicking around on a planet. So now they're on like crusade to go find the Fallen and all that stuff. For my homebrew one, I probably could, but I like orange and I like how it pops out. I could use blue on these guys. I'm not sure yet what I'm going to do for eye lenses with these guys. I might have to double layer up the gold. It's kind of a lot thinner than I thought. You know, I also wanted to make a chapter like that had all my favorite colors in it. Like my little goober I have here, my favorite colors are blue, orange, and green. So I wanted to somehow mix those colors in together, but I'm okay with a black and blue silver chapter. It's been a fun chapter to make. I'd like to write down my games at some point.
Write down?
So, like, with the games that I play, I want to, like, write down what the chapter did almost, like, in lore style. It's way more work, and I'm being way more, way more extra with it than I need to. But I thought it'd be, like, a fun way if I look back on my games, like, oh, what's the history of the chapter? Like, here's a chapter shift that, like, wrote out how each battle did, or, like, how, what a battle brother wrote out. So, it was just different ways of finding fun. Like, I like sitting and writing and making stories, but to sit down and actually write for me, it takes a lot. Just like it takes a lot for me to sit down and edit a video. I have to, like, make that be what I'm focusing on doing, and I get distracted very easily. So...
Well, you're focused on the painting. You've had a few streams of this.
Yeah, and like that's why I like streaming, which I was recording what I was streaming, and now it like ran out. My computer ran out of space, so I gotta like take the videos I have, put it in a thing, and make something, and then post it soon, or make more space. I could use ChatGPT, but I also don't want to use any AI. I like doing it myself. But maybe I'll test it and see how it works out. I have one battle that the only game I ever won, and I like looking back on it fondly. Shoot. Wow, that was just one pauldron. No, it's not easy, but I do enjoy it. Like, I like making content, making videos, and doing it. It's just sometimes I don't have the time to do it. If I didn't work all day, and this is all that I had to do, then yeah, I would make it. Like, I made some really good ones within a day, but it took me the whole day to do it. And where if I want to upload something once a week to a good quality, as long as it captures the mustard stuff. Yes, it did capture that.
Yeah, that's forever
Some-
now.
Lots of mustard and corn dogs in this stream.
More mustard than corn dogs, I'd say.
Yeah, well, you missed the initial bit of corn dog.
That is
stuff.
true.
Yeah.
I jumped into the middle of the corn dog convo.
I think the corn dog stuff was before Slapman got here.
It
Yeah,
was. It was. I mean, it was just me and you. There was no one else here.
Corn dogs, Connexes, and mustards.
Just a couple of guys chatting corn dogs.
Hmm.
You know,
Yeah,
I might
Pretty
highlight
cool.
a little bit more.
Pretty cool.
But I think that one layer of like black highlight actually kind of on top of it. I'm excited to give these models to Ben when they're done. And it definitely will be the last time that... Oh yeah, I fully know that. I've been on YouTube since 2015, I think is what it has. And I made content before that. I used to do gaming content. And my friends are kind of upset with me a little bit with that because I had a bunch of stuff, they were still watching it, but I deleted every single gaming thing I had on my channel. Yeah, you did miss the corn dog thing. What it boiled down to is that do corn dogs exist in the Warhammer universe? The answer is yes. If I had to guess who was a fan of corn dogs, it's definitely Corn. Corn's a fan of corn dogs. He has to be. Corn or Karn? Either one. But yeah, my next stream is going to be a gamer stream. I have it scheduled to be Space Marine 2, but my friend Ben, or Shivs as I'm going to refer to him the rest of the time, wants to do Dark Tide. But I'm going to have that be a vote for chat. I'll post that like 2 days before stream. And let you guys decide if it's Space Marine or if it's Dark Tide.
Throw in a
I'm
silly
asking-
third option.
It has to be. Well, I could throw in Vermintide.
That's not very silly.
Well, I wanted to do another Warhammer themed game. I mean, people could watch me struggle playing Total War. Or, yeah, I think it's Warhammer Total War.
I'm asking ChatGPT out of all the video games ever made, which ones feature corn dogs the most?
Yes. Corpse.
Number one, it says Virtual Bart.
I'm curious what Corpse Starch actually tastes like. I kind of want to know what it does.
Number two, Spirit Fair.
Yeah, I've played that one.
Says in this
I don't
cozy
recall corn
management
dogs
game,
in it, though.
It says in this cozy management game, corn dog is an actual in-game item. It's used during guest meals. Certain story characters request it, and it's purchased in quest progression.
I
Okay.
enjoy any
I
game
believe
that
it.
we play in general. I have a lot of
Cartoon
fun with
Network
Space
Block Party is number 3. And then the Real Item Asylum, Roblox. Adopt Me, Roblox. Okay. Ranking by corn dog prominence. There you go. Others to mention. Giant Bomb.
Corpse Starch tastes
Some
like
games
water.
like Burger Time, Hot Dog,
Ugh,
and
that's
related
terrible.
don't feature corn dogs
I've had
directly.
lard before. Not a fun thing.
Well, it looks like not many games have really corn dogs like a central part of their game, so that one's still out there for you game devs.
I know you guys are talking about corn dogs in video games, but did I ever tell you guys the time I accidentally ate, like, lard?
Eat
So
what?
you accidentally ate what?
I accidentally ate lard.
No, I've ate lard on purpose.
I did it on accident thinking it was butter. I put it on toast. And I'm like, this butter tastes rancid.
I mean, it's not much different. It's not rancid. I mean,
It
they're
doesn't
both
taste
just
like butter, though.
coagulated fat.
No.
No, one tastes porkier.
Yeah.
But that's an acceptable thing to do with lard.
I didn't like it. Again, it wasn't, I think, lard directly. It was Crisco, which I think is lard.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, that's not quite the same, but yeah.
I do not recommend it.
In Austria here, there's a, I don't know, traditional food that's basically a warm little crocket of lard with bacon bits in it, and you spread that onto bread.
Biscuit.
Yeah,
Pretty cool.
yeah, that's my lard anecdote.
Yeah, I got lots of stories about lard, if you'd like to hear them.
Hey, I know you guys are talking about corn dogs and video games, but I got some lard.
But I got a story about lard I have to get off my chest.
It just hit me. That is exactly what I did. So there's not many games that have corn dogs in it.
Not really, or at least not many where they're featured from.
Can you ask ChatGPT the same question, but about lard?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure, bro, I got you.
Let's see. Guesses? Oh, The Binding of Isaac, Rebirth, Bucket of
Oh,
Lard.
yeah! I was just playing that earlier.
There you
And there's
go.
an item called lard in it. That's actually kind of useful.
There you go. You can obtain it in treasure rooms or as a drop from Super Glut.
Oh, I'm gonna be jealous of Ben. I'm really liking how the Black Legion is.
Number 2 is Atomicroft, lard item. Number 3 is a game called Andy's Lard Quest.
How is that not number one?
I know. A whimsical mobile platformer where you collect cans of lard alongside chickens to trigger
No
a
way,
lard.
that isn't number one.
To trigger a lard burst bonus. So lard is at the core of the progression. Yeah, and the name. Number 4, Roots of Passion. Number 5, some game called Hogs of War.
I've seen that, and I think I might have played that game. It's a very weird game.
One playable faction is Team Lard, making it a tongue-in-cheek nod to the theme of pork and fat. Oh, there you go. Yeah, Andy's Lard Quest should be number 1.
Okay, I've heard people complain about doing trim on Chaos, but I'm actually enjoying it. Probably,
Oh my
I'm
god.
gonna
Look
hate
at Andy's Lard Quest.
I'm
Looks
gonna hate it probably by
absolutely
the end
awful.
of that. Just one.
Andy's
What the hell?
Lard Quest. What is this?
God, what are you guys looking up?
Andy's Lard Quest. This looks like not even a game.
I know. Maybe you should try streaming that, Chaz.
Yeah, put that as one of the options for you to play. Space Marine, Dark Tide, and Andy's Lard Quest.
I'm not gonna do that.
You're not.
No. The choice... Again,
Will you play it off stream for me?
Maybe. I'm not gonna give you a yes. I'm not gonna give you a no.
Just for him.
For me, putty please.
No, I will play my Dino game when I'm off stream. And run around and pretend to be a dino. I guess Slapman wants the lard game as well, but I don't know.
Yeah, do the lard game.
No, I don't want
There
to.
you go.
I don't want to play the lard game.
Andy's Lord Quest. There's not much about it, I gotta be honest. When you're looking
I
it
don't
up.
think there ever would be much on it. I'm going to switch out the flash.
It's got 100 plus downloads, so some people have played it.
Slapman says he'd play it with... I think Slapman's offering to play it with me or with you, Bob.
Andy's Lard Quest.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's multiplayer. I'd be highly doubtful that it would be.
God damn, do I like black on gold. I am very happy
What'd you
with
say
it.
to me?
You heard me.
Oh.
No, I don't want that. No, nothing? No reaction from that?
I
Got a
give you little
scoff
bit.
from Mark.
Yeah. No, I don't want that, Lord. Andy.
Nope, I don't want that, Lord.
No, I don't want that. Lord.
Yes, give me that, Lord.
So, kind of, I'm going to switch a little bit just because it's in my brain and I'm asking out. I know I have a little image that lights up when I talk. Mark and Bob, do you guys want one at some point if you join the stream?
I've been sort of watching it, and I think it lights up when any of us talk.
No, I don't think so. I think it's just when Chaz does.
I'm being
Because earlier we were chatting about, I don't know, Lord.
You know what?
And
I have
Chaz
this-
was saying that
I
was
have
a
the
baby.
stream on the other monitor, and it's muted because I'm not going to hear both of you twice.
Yeah.
And it's delayed, so I'm seeing it
Yes.
when I'm talking in response to something you said. But I
Yeah.
think you're right.
Yeah.
It is not popping up when I talk.
I'm watching it as well on stream, and it is lighting up like as a delayed. So like,
Can you make little
when I watch,
characters
like,
for each of us for the
Slyman
next time?
respond,
Yeah,
Animate.
make
something else.
make little characters for each of your guests as they come on. That'd be a
no.
fun little gimmick.
I certainly do. I have one for Ben. I'll pull up what I have for Ben real quick.
Can you make mine the protagonist from Andy's Lord Quest? I assume his name is Andy.
That's too haunting.
Yeah, it's weird. He's like a toilet paper roll.
I'm gonna add an image real quick. I gotta find it. I gotta find what I named it. Here we go. Hold on. It's gonna be... Okay, this is way too big. Let me shrink this down for a second.
Nope, I want that.
Oh,
Andy.
I don't want that.
Oh god, I made this way too big.
Get me the lard.
Oh,
Give me that corn dog. Give me the ankle.
Ankle.
shoot.
Angle.
Oh.
I gotta remove it in.
Give me the connex.
Give me the comics.
No, I don't want that.
Okay.
That's not a military connex. I don't want that.
Let's see if I can
What's the
get
name of that fucking game?
What game?
the one
Andy's
with the...
Lard Adventure?
Hold on.
No, the pumpkin who doesn't want the things he
I
doesn't
don't think
want.
that is a game. I think it's
Yes, it
just a
is.
video.
I'm pretty sure it is.
No, it's a game.
No way. I thought it was just
Yeah.
a video, an animation that someone made.
No, it's a game.
Let me look it up.
You
I'll
I'm
find
pretty
it.
sure you can just play it online.
So
No.
while you guys are having this conversation, what I have in the other corner of the screen, the little skull with the red afro, that's the image I made for my friend who I'm doing the kill team for. So at some point I want to have him go and
Whoa, he's huge.
well,
It's
I'm shrinking it down.
cyborg-like.
It's a servo skull. It's a 40k thing.
Hmm.
They float around and can record stuff, but I asked if I made it and asked if he wanted it. He said yes. To have you guys have an image that lights up, you have to upload images onto a thing that would link with your Discord, which is why I made a big Discord server for all of us to like be on a stream call with. And it's the same way I'm
Here's
able to
Ben's
make them.
animate.
Give me the haircut.
Your voice, your little goober's thing, mouth opens. How does Ben's works?
So with Ben's, because I have two images, it's not working right now because he has to upload both. But this is the basic when he's not talking, so like it will gray out, and then when it does talk, I have the eye that will light up, the big one, and then one in the middle. So
I see.
I can change the image real quick, or I'll just. So this is Ben's when it lights up when he talks. I have to have him go through and do that himself.
It looks the same.
Give it a second to upload.
Oh, there it is. I see.
Yeah.
It's scary.
Well, yes.
Ah!
Servo skulls are not a good thing. Well, they're not a friendly thing.
Skulls should be in people.
You can tell that to the Imperium. And then you would.
I don't want a haircut.
You would probably be turned into a servitor.
Give me the haircut.
Delete that real quick.
I got a haircut yesterday. Can you believe it?
Really, I got one within the last week.
Wow.
Wow.
Look at us.
Yeah, when I make noise in general, it does move
That's
around.
up.
Slapman says his can be a can of lard. If I ever have, yeah, how I found out to make the images like light up is, I forget its name, but it's pretty much making like a PNG tuber in a way. I just wanted something else people to look at on stream. I mean, you know what a normal like YouTuber or streamer is, right? Obviously.
I know VTubers and that's it.
Oh, okay.
What's a VTuber?
It's kind of like a Y-tuber. Or like a tuber you get from the ground.
What's a tuber?
What's a tuber? It's kind of like a root.
Oh. Like a clay root?
Yeah, kind of like a clay root. A clay root is a kind of tuber.
Yeesh.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I'm gonna check on something.
Give me Claire E. I want Claire E.
It's just send that to her. Like, animate the pumpkin with that dubbed over it. Give me the Clarice.
I will not stop till I have Claire E. Has she come out to visit you again?
She never visited me.
Oh, she didn't? I thought she
She
did.
visited someone else and I just happened to be here. Much to her surprise.
I was gonna say,
really?
do you still keep up with her or not really?
No.
Did you take her to the Mustard Museum?
I did not. But
Oh, that
she
was
didn't
kinda
visit
awesome.
me.
But you saw her while she was here.
I did.
Or there.
hmm
Was she surprised to see you?
I don't think so, but I think she knew I was here. But she didn't come to see me.
No.
Would you consider gold a mustard color in some way, or not really?
No, gold is too metallic. It's too shiny. Mustard is matte.
Okay. I was gonna say the gold could be the mustard color on Ben's stuff, but
No. On one of them, can you just put like a little dollop of solid yellow, as if he had a little mustard on his shirt? And that'll be our little secret.
Ben doesn't have to know.
He doesn't have to know.
Oh shit, dude. Slapman says she'd still be with you if you took her to the mustard museum.
I think that'd be the problem, though, right?
We went and played trivia, and perhaps there was a question about mustard. I can't
Did
remember.
anybody imbibe any mustard that you think?
It was a bar, so in theory we could have gotten pretzels. So maybe.
But did anybody ask for a pint of mustard?
I did, but I was turned down.
Oh
What
shit.
do you even have for a mustard color? It's the only yellow I have that could work for a mustard color. I don't think it would work.
You don't have just a plain standard yellow?
I do. That's what I just showed. Again.
Oh, I was looking.
Well, let's stream update again. I can see the delay that you're dealing with.
Oh, there it
Put
is.
a corn dog on his face like that. While we're talking.
Corn.
There we go.
Corn dog.
Put a corn dog on the base. I don't have a 3D printed corn dog anywhere. I can maybe make one out of green stuff, but I don't have one. If I get a 3D printer, I will make a corn dog marine, okay? And that will be a stream video.
Okay.
You know, I don't have to actually record these. I could download the video off of YouTube. I have that option as well. So I'll keep that in mind for the future. If people could, like, note good times, that would be good clips, because I could do a couple YouTube shorts of us just talking about mustard and other weird stuff.
Well, you got the mustard, you got the corn dogs, you got the angles, you got...
You got the whole racism in Hollywood chat.
That one we're gonna...
Yeah, make a short out of that.
No, we're really good. Corn dog and mustard marines. God, this was not a conversation I think I'd be having tonight in my stream chat, but I'm here for it.
Well, this is why you get the mumblecast.
Yeah, you never know what you'll get with the Mumblecast.
That's true. I do never know.
Heck, you could probably make a 40-minute video of all the chat about mustard from this.
I probably could.
Certainly good.
I'm sure there is. Are you just copying my noises? Is that what you just did?
I don't think he copied your noise.
I don't think you made a noise.
I made a slight groan. And I thought you were copying my groan.
I was copying Mark's noise.
Oh.
Yeah, I did that.
Oh, okay. Well, Ben's in here now, and he says justice for corn dogs.
Hello, Afro.
Yeah,
Justice
so
for corn dogs.
Afro
Yeah.
Ninjask, this is his kill team that I'm working on.
Ben, you gotta change your name lest Nintendo come for you.
Well, I
Yeah.
don't think he really cares. He's not a streamer or a YouTuber.
But he's in the public eye now because he's on our
Yeah.
stream. We referenced him.
Yeah, Nintendo's coming in with their lawyers.
I called them. I reported him. They're coming.
Oh no.
It's going
How's it
well.
going? Not good! Not good!
I was gonna say it's going well. We have fully decided that we are gonna put mustard on
Nintendo
your
don't care about
minis,
my name.
and also we're gonna put corn dogs on it as well. That is what's been decided to go on your minis. That is not my decision. That is chat's decision. I'm also realizing that I kind of enjoy painting Chaos Space Marines if I do it one at a time. Okay, he is for it. We are going to put mustard on your minis at some point, in some sort of way.
Talking about
This is
mustard.
revolutionary.
I will have mustard somewhere on one of your minis. I don't
This
know
is
how.
probably the first time that anybody streaming painting Warhammer figures has decided to put mustard on one of them.
Well, the mustard color, not the actual condiment mustard.
Yeah, that's
Could
true.
put
That-
real mustard on it. That would make it even more authentic.
You can mix a little bit of mustard into the paint.
I'll test it off stream, okay?
Okay.
Yes, the corn.
Then you can make like a clickbait video that says like, I saved hundreds of dollars in paint,
In paint by
using
this one trick.
substitute.
Oh Lord. But I hope you're doing well, Ben. I would have had you on the stream tonight, but because I know you work late tonight, I wanted to make sure you got the rest and that you work well, or that you have a good time at work. I'm glad you popped in to say hello. And yeah, he will be on for Saturday stream. Whether that be Dark Tide or Space Marine 2.
Or Andy's lard quest.
I was just going to say some sort of lard game.
Some sort of lard game.
Yeah. Okay. I think that's good for now. I have no idea how long I've been going at this. It doesn't feel like I've made good progress, but I know I've made good progress tonight.
Lard quest.
Yeah, Dark Tide would shake it up a little bit.
But you know what else would?
That would really shake it up.
No one would be expecting that. You could be the top streamer playing Andy's lard quest.
I guess. I don't want to be a gaming streamer. I have other things I want to do. Gaming streams are a once a week. I might up to like 3 streams a week depending on my schedule. One has gone gold trim. They have all been painted black and they all have at least one layer of black highlight on top. That is progress. And maybe 2 tonight will have gold trim. I could have kept going with the black, but I wanted to have a bit of color pop. And you got to decide, Ben, if you're going to buy more minis this weekend, or if you're going to just come with me and look. Because I calculated what the two models I think you should get next are in price.
Does that mean you're leaving Slapman? I don't know. Maybe, maybe not.
Thank you. We appreciate having you, Slapman. If you are heading out for, I
Great
guess,
having you.
your day, thank you. I hope to see you in the future.
You made this the success that it was.
He made it entertaining. And that's what happens, like, in my streams. Like, I'll get one person that just talks for quite a while with me, and I enjoy it. Oh, excuse me.
He had a real good couple chuckles at the mustard and the lard.
Yeah.
He sure did.
I think I read somewhere it was like 2 o'clock in the morning.
He would have loved that corn dog conversation.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if he's in the UK, he's 1 hour behind me. It's like 2:30ish for him.
Yeah, and he's gonna work at 7. I know, I should end it soon-ish.
Oh my god, don't say that, Chaz.
I'm talking about the stream.
Oh.
Oh.
I want to
Phew.
keep going. You might get one thing. Okay. My vote on the 2 things you should get, Ben, is the Chaos Terminators and a set of Legionnaires. Or...
And a one-way ticket out of town.
Yeah,
my
that one too. We'll get you that. We'll set you up in a safe house. We'll probably hook you up with Slapman.
A no-return ticket to Omaha.
One-way ticket to Nebraska for Afro Ninjask.
Yeah. See if Nintendo can touch you there.
Yeah. That's the one place Nintendo.
So,
Nebraska.
I'm glad you popped in to check things out.
Okay, see you, Ben. Have fun in Omaha. Don't come back.
Don't come back.
Don't send a forwarding address.
Go.
No Ben. No Slapman.
Someone else will come along and start saying some stuff.
Who's next?
Yeah.
Who the hell?
Who the heck are you?
Whoever it is, I'm gonna pull.
I'm gonna bully the shit out of you.
Oh, you said bully? I heard bolt, not bully. So I was
Bullet.
Oh, bullet.
I'm gonna bully. Bully.
Bully?
Some
Hey
spaghetti
boy,
bullet.
come on over here, let me bully you.
I gotta
Shy.
start scheduling next week's stream.
What's that? What incarnation was that?
So do you two want to be on for the next stream, or?
I would be on.
I would be on every time, but I could be on.
Just let me know your guys' schedule, and I will start making a
I
schedule.
mean, I'm not usually doing anything out. Pretty much any time works as long as I'm not too tired and I don't have to do something in the morning.
Yeah.
Uh,
No, I know. I'm enjoying doing the streams. I'm glad people are enjoying it, and I get to geek out about a hobby I have fun with.
I get good crocheting projects done too.
Yeah. What about you, Bob? Are you doing anything, or are you just watching?
I'm playing the digital version of Gloomhaven.
Yes. I've been seeing some more expansions on Gloomhaven. Gloomhaven recently.
More expansions?
Like
There's only really one.
at my local game store, I saw a Gloomhaven expansion or something similar to Gloomhaven that looked like it. I guess I should say it wasn't exactly Gloomhaven, but I'm like, oh, that looks like a thing Bob would enjoy. Yeah, whenever I see board games, I usually think about you. If you're ever back in the area for a extended period of time, I want to do a board game night with you.
As you've been cutting in and out a lot,
Oh, I have been?
Yeah. Yeah.
so I don't know half of what you just said.
I said every time I see a board game, I think about you. I want to.
You still cut out. Like right at the same part you cut out.
It's
Try saying it a different way.
Yeah, different structure.
I, Swampcraft,
Uh-huh.
want to spend a night
Okay.
having fun and merriment with my friend
Okay.
Bobby, playing board games.
Mm-hmm.
And whenever I go to a local game store and I see
Bobby?
a board game, I think of you.
Well, that did work. We heard it all that time.
It did work. I heard every part of that.
I like the part about merriment.
I almost said Bob's full Govy name, and I had to stop midway through.
Call me by my username, like you do with Afro.
Ciros? Ciros?
Yeah, that's one of them.
I've always liked Bob.
Call me Lard Lover.
Lard Lover? I can call you Lard Lover.
Okay.
More like lard.
Lard Giver?
Giver.
Lard Receiver?
Lard receiver.
You just know Lard Man. He loves receiving his lard.
Flat man, more like Lard Man.
Lard deliver.
Yeah, I deliver lard. It's a living. Daddy, the Lard Man's here. Yes, son, he's here to drop off your lard.
Can't make your lard cakes without him.
And all the children cheer when they see the Lard Man step up on their porch, drop his heavy sack of lard, and say, "Come gather round, children, lard for all."
Do any of them sneer?
Yeah, the bad ones.
They're not getting lard.
Yeah, because
They're getting Crisco.
they don't get lard. They get Crisco.
They get Crisco?
Yeah, they get Velveeta.
Velveeta.
Velveeta for you, Veronica. I'm sorry, but that was not kind what you did to that gerbil. Okay, I've got 10 squares done. I only need 3 more for this bag.
Nice.
You're still making squares? Have you made anything other than squares? Anything more complex?
Yeah, for sure. No, I've made all kinds of stuff, but no, there's a pattern for like a tote bag that I'm making that you make out of 13 little squares. I made one a couple weeks ago and I liked how it turned out, so I'm making another one in different colors.
What's the most complex thing you've crocheted?
I did a scarf that was pretty complex. I'm working on a shawl. Done some sunglasses cases.
Could you
Probably I did. I made like a lot of Christmas type ornaments, like mostly just from my from my mind. Like I was following a pattern. Like I made some little snowmen that actually look really good, little top hats and scarves and stuff. I made a bunch of pumpkins for around Thanksgiving when I was home. Stuffed those up and gave them to my mom and grandmother, whatever, for little decorations. So I've done a good spread of different kinds of things.
Could you crochet me Blondie?
Crochet what?
Undies?
Ted Bundy?
I said blondie.
Ted Bundy?
Yeah, Ted Bundy. Let's do Ted Bundy instead of blondie.
I mean,
Do you make Ted Bundy?
technically, it's possible. I mean, I don't think there's a pattern for that out there, and I don't think I'm good enough to come up with one on my own. But I can probably like the pattern for it. Do you want it to be like 3D or like a portrait?
I wanted 3D, but now I kind of just want to see what you come up with.
Yeah, I'll try and make you a little 3D plush toy of Ted Bundy.
No, life size.
Life size. Okay, this is gonna take me a while.
Can I get Ed Kemper?
Yeah, sure. The serial killer crocheter. I'll make a YouTube channel.
It's,
Nick has been telling me that he thinks I should make crocheting YouTube.
What? Just like tutorials, or you just chatting and
I guess, or I don't know. Yeah.
making crochet projects?
He just thinks people would watch it. And, I don't know. Maybe they would.
Well, what does he know?
But, well, yeah, maybe they would, but I don't really care.
He's
trying to
got
become
4,000
a
subscribers on
crochet
his channel,
influencer.
so I think he knows something.
Yeah, but I like to crochet because I like it, not because I want to become a crochet YouTuber. But maybe I'll become a serial killer crocheter. I like that.
Yeah.
It'd certainly be unique.
Yeah, I don't know if there's. I probably wouldn't be competing with it.
I mean, I paint.
What sorts of things does Allie make?
I mean, her most basic thing she makes are socks. She makes those often.
Nice.
For my nephews.
I've made some hats too.
What kind of hat?
A couple of different ones, like, sort of beanie style, but I've done different patterns. One that is pretty complicated, it's like zigzaggy bars of alternating colors. Made a couple of those. Those are fun. And pom-poms on the top.
For my nephew's birthday, she made little plushies of Bluey and Bingo. From Bluey.
I crocheted a small, toy duck as well for a baby.
Yeah, she makes little. I mean, she gets patterns for most of these things, but she's made little other plush figurines. I have a couple of them on my desk.
I'm working on a cardinal right.
Cardinal.
Yeah, like a bird, not like the Catholic.
Not like the priest.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if you were doing a priest.
Maybe I can do like a
serial killer lineup.
Yeah, Ted Bundy stabbing a cardinal.
Oh my god. And eating him.
That would be a niche item.
No, Ted Bundy never ate his people.
No, I don't think so. I think he just raped women and then killed them.
Yeah, and then he tried to escape prison. Actually, I think he did escape prison twice, and then they found him. And he was like, oops. I didn't mean to escape prison. Yeah, well,
sorry, I was just being a little goober.
Yeah, Ted Bundy is a real knucklehead.
Yeah, he was a real knuckle dragger.
Yeah.
Do you think Nick will become a knuckle dragger?
He already is one.
Oh, he is one? Okay, noted.
Yeah, those genes are in deep.
Yeah.
If I finish the trim on this guy, I think I'll call it. Or once I finish the trim on this guy, that's when I'll call stream over.
That's when it's all over. That's when you're gonna end it. End it all.
That's when I'm gonna end stream, not end myself.
Oh, I didn't say that.
Well, with the tone you were saying, that's how I interpreted it.
Well, that's your interpretation, buddy.
I will have to fix that.
Corn.
I will have to fix that.
Corn.
How will that take, Chaz?
Fabulous corn. You know, I listen to a lot of musicals. I know a musical all about corn,
Really?
and I'm not lying. It's called... Actually, I think it is just called Corn. Let me look it up.
Have you told me about it before? I think you have.
No, it's called Shucked. But they do have a song called Corn.
Is it a good song?
Shucks.
If it's the song I'm thinking of, yes, I think it's pretty good. Yeah, it's like right at the beginning of the musical where they sing about their little town, and their town is all about growing corn.
Their town is all about growing corn.
Yep.
Oh.
Either shucking it, boiling it.
Get shucked.
Okay. I'll shuck off.
Sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. That's what we call corn in the bayou.
You must be big city folk. That's corn.
I'm glad I had you two on. This has been entertaining.
Okay,
Crime mumbles.
I had a good time.
These are the kind of
Really
mumbles where Mark just says something and my brain just
Starts going off.
comes up with the next thing and we just go back and forth.
God, what was that?
That's where the magic happens.
Well,
Yep,
no, you,
that's
like,
the magic of mumble.
cut out for a minute.
That should be our biography later in life. The magic of mumble.
Yeah. We can be standing back to back with our arms crossed and like or holding puppet strings attached to the other ones.
Our arms are folded and we're holding puppet strings at the same time.
Holding
Yeah.
strings of each other.
Yeah. And then
Okay.
I can be pulling a crocheted Ted Bundy out of a hat. The magic trick.
And I'll be taking a comically big bite of a corn dog.
Sounds good. Sounds good. I feel like I could go for.
What do you think
Oh.
about that, Jez?
I think that sounds.
Do you
like a
think that
very-
would sell? If you saw that cover, would you pick it up? Would you buy that book?
I think I would out of uniqueness, and it would make me think of you guys. And then
Well, and because it's us. What if we never told anybody? We never told you that we made a book and you just saw that in a book.
well, then I would think about you guys because I'm like, this is so weird. This is
Yeah,
This
because it
is-
would be us on the cover.
In a fond way or in like
in a fond
a
way.
nasty way?
No, fond way.
Okay.
I would be thinking of you as fond.
In a nasty, sinister.
In a nasty, sinister way.
Like you'd want to do something to us now that you saw this.
Ah, those are those assholes I went to high school with.
It came on my stream and they talked about corn dogs and corn and lard and mustard.
And maybe played a lard game.
I'm gonna do something sinister to them.
I'm gonna gunga.
Oh, I wonder. I mean, it's been fun being on here, but do you think a lot of people are gonna come to this video for the Warhammer content, and then they might be a bit put off by all the nonsense we're talking? Or
How do you want to direct this? Should we talk about Warhammer more, or just keep doing what we're doing?
I look at this as being a podcast while I'm painting Warhammer, if that makes sense. So
That's
really,
fair.
Whatever topic we want to talk about, It's called mini painting and chill. The chill part is just talking about whatever. The mini painting is
I
the
mean,
side part.
It seems like to me Slapman came for the Warhammer and stayed for the mustard.
That is true. You seem to enjoy both.
So, the Warhammer is the breadcrumb we leave out. The weird conversation is what gets people to stay. Hopefully, I don't know. It's been jumping up and down here and there, and I'm looking at the view thing, but I also really stopped caring about it for a bit because, like, let's stay. I'm at the point where, like, I could keep going for another 2 hours, but I don't know if you guys could go for another 2 hours. But I think I have that energy because of you guys.
Well, it's nearly 4 a.m. here.
I know. I'm finishing up. I think I'm finishing up the last. I'll finish this pauldron for trim, and then I'm gonna call it. If you gotta go now, Mark, that's fine. I get it.
Get out of here.
You go get some sleep.
You sure about that?
I mean, I don't want you to leave, but I want you to be well rested and happy.
For one more
I'm
pauldron.
I'm feeling kind of rushed out of here and not welcome.
No, you are welcome.
He's trying to end it all. Didn't you hear earlier?
No, I want you to stay and be here and have a good time. But I don't want you, like, running yourself ragged just because we're all here.
That's okay. Sleep still doesn't really affect me that much.
Yeah, he stays up late all the time.
I know he does. I know he does.
I've been trying to do a better job of, but I'll stay up for these.
Would you classify yourself as an insomniac?
I don't know, it's probably not quite fair to say that, but I probably got the tendencies anyway. There's a lot of times if I got, like, I always hate going to bed when I'm not, like, actually really tired. Like, if I'm ever just laying in bed an hour and just not able to fall asleep at all, I hate that, and that feels a little bit insomnia-esque. So I think I just fucking
That's how I
burn
did the
myself
last couple
completely
of
out,
days.
so when I go to bed I can just pass right out.
Okay, I finished up that pauldron. I could do a couple more things, but it is. I could go for another 20 minutes, but yeah.
A couple times a year I feel like it doesn't matter whatever's going on, I just will not be able to fall asleep, and then usually around like 4 a.m. I'll just get up and I'll just like go for a long walk until the sun comes up, and that seems kind of insomnia-esque, but no, I don't think I have any sort of proper insomnia.
I mean, maybe it's only because I talk to you when we're, online, but you always seem to be up to the wee hours of the morning.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
I mean, what time do you go to work?
I mean, that's the thing too. My job like starts in like the early afternoon, so it's not like I have to get up and get right to work.
Yeah.
What time do you normally wake up?
I'd say like maybe wake up and get out of bed. I don't know, 9:30 to 10.
Okay. Well, if you're going to bed at like 4 in the morning,
Yeah.
that's not a full 8 hours.
No, I never really get that. And I always try to get up earlier. Like, I'll set alarms for earlier and they just won't wake me up. And then eventually they do. Yeah, but I've been trying to do better. And I mean, it's easy. Like, I'm hanging out with Amy and stuff, and she goes to bed, I'll just go to bed with her. And then a lot of times that's earlier than I normally would, but I've been doing better. I'm sleeping a bit more normal. But definitely, if I wake up in bed with her, I'll tend to stay in bed longer. And if I'm alone.
I'm sitting here looking at.
And then I'll fall back asleep. But then I'll get out of bed at like 11 o'clock, and then I'm like, oh, too late. I hate getting out of bed that late.
Okay. Well, now that I stopped painting, I am also getting tired. I am going to call it here. I hope everyone that was watching had a good time. I enjoyed my time here. I hope my two co-hosts have enjoyed their time here.
Enjoyed it.
Oh yeah, very much.
Slot
so.
Man enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But that's
all that matters.
as I keep doing this and the more I do it, I know more people will show up, but that's what I enjoy is like when we get one person in here and we can just kind of like have a conversation.
And who knows, they might be returning guests.
I hope they're all returning
Yeah.
guests. I like to think they all will be.
Hopefully you subscribe.
But as I continue to do this, I will have a set schedule, and that will make it so people can continue to come here at a certain time. Because I have to look at it as like a TV show too. I can't just like be a random TV show that just plays whenever. I have to have a set schedule. So, with that, I want people to go out there and make something awesome because I know you will. You guys got any finishing remarks?
Feel free to imbibe in corn dogs and mustard and angles and lard as you see fit.
Yeah, keep the door open for when the lard delivery man comes.
Yeah. Don't turn away the lard delivery man or you'll get Crisco and or Velveeta.
Crisco and or Velveeta. Okay.
That's wisdom I'd be willing to impart.
That's wise.
Wise words from
A wise man once said, Andy's Lard Quest.
Andy's Lard's Quest. Okay. Well, good night, everybody.